You know they got that same name with different point of views. Whichever one you choose, you can't lose. They got that same name, different point of views. Whichever one you choose, you can't lose. Keisha and Keisha,
knowledge, wisdom, and discernment.
Keisha
You don't got it, you can get some if you heard them.
Keisha and Keisha, man.
Knowledge, wisdom, and discernment.
Keisha
You don't
and
got
Keisha,
it, you
man.
can get some if you heard them. We gon' laugh, have a good time. Just sit back and elevate your mind.
All right, y'all. Welcome to episode number 43. I know you guys are noticing something different going on around here. It is just not Keisha and Keisha. It is, we got company this week, y'all. So I had already put it up. I'm not sure if you know about this dude, but this dude right here, we've been cool for years. He's
Yes.
like, a brother from another mother.
Definitely.
Another mother, you get it right now. But I want to introduce Jeff the Mac McDonald in the house.
Man, come on.
Okay, give me a little something.
There you go.
Okay, all right.
Really?
I'm
That's it?
so happy to be here.
Jeff has been clowning us for weeks, Keisha, about getting on our show. Like, he really got something to say, so we're going to have to really let him have it today. You in?
I got
Oh, man.
come on, Key. I got some hot takes for y'all tonight.
Oh.
I'm ready to go ahead.
You said some hot takes?
What
What would that be?
Really, what I wanted
Okay,
to do,
all right.
Keisha,
Tell me
was
what you really
I
wanna do.
wanted to add a little substance to your show.
Do it, baby.
Did you say substance?
I like that.
Little
Do it.
substance,
Okay,
you know.
tell her.
We need
Because
more.
I'm watching your show and just felt like, something's missing.
Missing. Okay.
And I thought, it was the creamy smooth white,
Yeah,
white
yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
in the house, because the Oreo
You
thing
know.
going on. So we have been one. We got Dr. Greg, and he is our resident black man. So now we got Jeff, who will be our resident white man. I mean, listen, we got best of
Yes.
both worlds right now.
It's my
we
pleasure.
really want your perspective on this world as we talk about stuff, because that's how we give it around here. Yeah, no, we want it. Sip your tea. There you go.
Well, okay.
Okay.
All right. I
All
got
right.
you.
So
baby.
don't
I'll give it
hold
to you.
back.
No filter, unadulterated.
No filter, because grown
We
folks.
coming.
This is all grown folks talk.
I mean,
So, guys, I can't really see your feeds as well. So, if you have questions or whatever, I'll take a look at them, as we go along. So, we have to back the camera up a little bit so we can get Jeff in here. But we're going to jump right into it. Keisha, you almost ready?
I'm almost ready. I'm tagging all of our friends that
Okay.
always say they don't know when we're on, so I want
Okay.
them to be able to catch us.
All right. So, we're talking
Yeah.
about bucket list. Will Smith just recently did a stand-up.
right?
And I watched his little bucket list channel because he's been doing a lot of stuff. Dude has, jumped off the Grand Canyon, bungee jump. He has skydived. He's done. And then, wait, let me tell you that when he skydived, his father-in-law had a heart attack coming down. And they said that's common.
No.
Why you gonna jump out of a perfectly good airplane is what I want to know.
Clearly, his
Okay.
heart thought the same thing.
Not unless you're on that 737, I jump out of that.
You would never go?
I think I would love it.
White folks don't play like that. No, I'm kidding.
You got
It's
to be
the-
kidding me.
It's
Okay.
the white people that are crazy. They're the ones that'll do that stuff,
Hey,
right?
Okay.
hey, Jeff.
So,
Hey, Jeff. I
yeah.
just want to make sure we was clear about this.
Okay.
You know you're white, right?
Well, it's
I get it. You sitting between two
On
hot
the
sisters right
outside.
now.
hey,
but-
listen.
Tell them on
I'm
the
just-
outside.
I'm just the cream and the Oreo
Okay,
cookie.
that's
Hey,
you sticking to that.
I am.
So
No.
would you bungee jump? I mean,
Bungee jump? I've never bungee jumped.
okay, me either.
Let me just, for this full disclosure,
Okay.
I grew up
Okay.
token white boy most of my life in my community in Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay,
What?
the token white boy.
I'm dead serious. So
you
like,
are. They call him the. What's his name?
I was just called token my whole
I
life.
know, but wait. What's this guy? The Spike Lee called them the Magic Negro. So you're like the Magic White Boy.
The magic white boy.
Okay.
All right.
I
Well,
can deal with that.
so listen, my wife has been trying to get me to do this,
Okay.
and it kind of coincided with the time that I went and increased the life insurance to about $1 million, right? And all of a sudden,
do you
she
mean?
wants to get a man over to Alabama, Orange Beach,
Oh.
to
What?
go ahead and jump out of a plane onto the beach. And I'm like, girl, you just trying to get paid.
Now you said you would never do it though.
Okay, listen. So I've
Okay.
committed to do it myself
Okay.
with my wife.
Okay.
And-
So when is it supposed to happen? Because we might need to be there filming this live.
well, it's,
Stop giving us more
Okay.
jobs.
Okay,
And
I'm
this girl take on
I'm
like
just
100
saying.
jobs.
Okay,
We
go
don't
ahead.
want
well,
it.
look here. We talked about doing it this summer,
Okay.
so it's possible. Trying to get, if I can get my brother to do it with me,
Mm-hmm.
we might be down. So
Why would
I
your
just
brother
want the
want
helicopter
to do that with
ride.
you?
because I'm his big brother and
Okay. And
little
he
brothers
love you
do.
too.
He love you like that?
Your brother
So
do it
Keisha,
with you?
I want to do it. You gonna do it with me?
No.
See,
Little brothers do what?
I
big
just want
brothers
to ride
say.
on a helicopter. I don't want to jump out. I've never.
I don't think it's
rolled
a helicopter that they take you up.
No, I said I
Oh.
just. I want to ride in
Okay.
a helicopter.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
want to jump out of an airplane.
Well,
All
Keisha,
right.
all you got to do is go to Destin and go
I
on a
know.
helicopter.
That's why I know it's money though. It's like, what do I want to spend my money on? That crap? No.
Hey,
Okay.
All them.
All right, so while we talking about bucket list, y'all tell me what's on your bucket list. Give me one thing. You ain't gotta be number one. Just one thing on your bucket list. Keith.
I want to eat chitlins. I never ate them.
Oh my God.
Okay, now that's something I expected Jeff maybe to say
I never
as
eaten
our
them.
as our
And-
magical white man right here.
The magic
but
white
really,
man.
the magic white man. Have you had chitlins before?
No.
It's on my bucket list because when I go to family events, they be eating them like this.
So why
And
did
I'm
you
like,
try it though?
girl.
I don't understand why.
Because
You just
I know
got
what
those-
it is. Once you know what it is, can you eat it?
But think about this. What was that? Anthony Bourdain, right before he passed away, God rest his
Right.
soul.
I love
He
Anthony.
used to eat all kind of stuff.
No, not him. The other
Who?
dude, Zimmer.
Zimmerman with the teeth.
He
I'm like,
eat it.
Zimmerman, you make so much money. Why he know his mouth is
But
what
you
they
know what he
fix
could
it.
not eat,
What?
and he hated, and he
Chitlins?
no.
Oh.
He could eat. What is it? Cow testicles and
Oh,
all this.
bro.
What he could not eat was he could not eat walnuts. The thought of walnuts made
Well,
him throw up.
Have y'all ever? Never. I'm not gonna say.
Okay, yeah.
The thought of walnuts.
No,
he
we've
knew
never
if it
had
was
nuts
good.
like that. No, I'm sorry.
No, but that was his
Bull
Achilles
testicles, none of
heel.
that, no.
He could eat anything but a walnut. He was like, he
Jeff, we're
hated
not
it.
gonna talk about what people put in their mouth. We're not gonna
Wait,
do that right
you-
now.
You remember that album, The Chronic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Gin and juice.
There's just a little part in that
Right.
CD.
Yeah.
CD.
Yeah.
Y'all even remember what CDs were, by
No.
the way? Anyways,
Okay, yeah.
I
Our
never
group do.
owned
Our group
one.
is like us. So.
where
I never owned
Shut
one.
up.
You gotta
I just
say,
didn't went right
if you
past me.
had if you had some nuts on your chest, what would that be called?
Oh yeah.
Chestnuts. I'm,
Yeah.
for my people out there that
Right.
know where I'm going, I'm
Okay.
not going to say it because
Okay.
it'd be disrespectful.
Okay,
and
all
I'm
right.
a
And
respectful
yes,
gentleman.
you are. Okay.
Not going to.
So while we're in that, tell us what would be on your bucket list.
Well, definitely not chitlins.
Okay.
I'm just, pig's feet, maybe. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, pig's feet.
So listen,
Wow.
no. For me, honestly, it's my father passed away about 2 years ago, right?
Okay.
And one of the things that he did that was very meaningful to him before his father passed is they took a trip to Ireland. And
What?
yeah,
Are you Irish?
well, here's the thing.
Oh.
Don't
we got
don't do
some-
that 23andMe. You'll find
I
out you
didn't.
African.
I did. Funny story.
Jeff, I'm just trying
Funny
to
story.
say now.
You feeling me right now?
Right, I am.
That's right, South African.
Right.
No, that's where all the
telling
white
you,
The
people are.
motherland, yes.
There's
Anyway.
a lot of pearly white
So
people find out they got black in their
Right,
family.
and mad as hell.
Thought you had Indian in
You
your
know,
Indian
family.
in your
Indian. They all thought they had
Um,
Indian.
So, anyhow, no, I don't. Okay, so
Okay,
my
okay.
wife and I, for my birthday,
Uh-huh.
like last year, she got me that. It's not 23andMe. What's
Okay.
the other one?
Ancestor.com.
Ancestor.com.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you did that?
We did. I
Okay.
did the little thing, spitting the thing,
Swab,
sent it off.
yes.
Came back, and because I'm a McDonald's, so I'm figuring I'm Scotch Irish, right?
Okay.
Well, I'm majority English.
What?
My mother's side are Lux, and Luck is English.
Okay.
So, anyhow, I'm more English
English
than
and
I
you're
am
Irish.
Irish. So I
Okay.
was a little bit let down by that. So, but anyways, it's
But
always
you still
been.
celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
You don't. Who
Was
doesn't?
it?
Who
Okay.
doesn't?
Well, I was gonna
Oh.
say my sons are Irish. My sons on my ex-husband's side, they are Irish. They're from the Bahamas, and Captain Anderson, and his name is Andersons.
Yeah.
They have Irish blood, and I was
Okay.
telling her about my ex father-in-law's father.
Yeah.
He used to pass for white.
Oh.
He used to have his little black kids back in the day in the colored only, and he would go in the whites only and buy them ice cream
Okay,
and
let
come
him
out.
get to his bucket
But
list.
I'm
So
saying
tell
we are more Irish.
Listen.
My kids are more Irish than you are probably.
I mean, like,
Y'all
I'm trying to be as
family
white as I possibly
You can.
can.
Okay. All right.
Right?
So tell us what
And
you
I
want the
can't.
bucket list.
What is
You want
to go
I
to
have
Ireland?
allergies.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Don't mind
Go
my
ahead.
coughing. I have allergies. I
All right,
don't.
to
I'm
go
not
to Ireland.
contagious.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well,
Is
What's
it
so-
a particular part?
But guess what?
Okay.
I'm going this summer.
what?
So I'm knocking that off the list. Baby.
Knocking it off
Yes.
your list, baby.
Yeah, we going, baby. We
Well,
going.
on my
So
bucket list, I want to write a book.
There you go.
And I want it to be
I thought you were, right.
I'm in the process, but it's not finished, so I can't take it off my bucket list. I want to write a book on parenting and helping parents really begin to relate to their kids and to be honest about it. You know, because everybody thinks they're a failure if their kids are not successful or things that happen with them, and that's not it. It's just rethinking some things, and you can always come back from it because kids is always down to giving you another chance, no matter if you say it or not, because they at that point have not endured as much as we have, and so but the parents don't realize that, so I just want to be able to be helpful in that regard, because I'm just so tired of our parents who are at this point, you know what I'm saying, we do what we learn, we it becomes this cycle, trying to break the cycle. What you doing?
Having fun, doing my bucket list.
All right, so moving on from that, what's wrong with failing?
Nothing.
Like, seriously,
it
though,
makes you stronger.
I get that, but people get so anxious, they get so overwhelmed. You think about how fear has really...
Well, what did Greg tell us? Fear is irrational. And, you know, I have panic attacks. So it's like, really?
Right, but
fear
that
is
come
irrational.
from fear.
But it comes from the fact that society tells us that you are supposed to succeed at everything.
Okay.
And it's not true. Everybody that's ever been successful has had many failures. And it's something my thing is, and I tell my kids this, it's how you get up. It's not how you fall. It's how you get up. So I think we have this thing of once we fall that we don't know how to get up. It's like they don't know how to pull themselves out.
Oh, Kim, thank you for saying you would buy that book. So, Jeff, your job today, outside of being our magical white boy, is to actually keep up with our feed. So when people say things, kind of giving us a little recap, okay?
You got it, baby.
All right.
You got it.
All right, so we're going to keep moving. The woman who danced with Obama, who was 106 years old, had never been to the White House, had never seen a black president. She actually
Nobody had.
Well, I get it, but that's what she was excited about. She turned 110 years old. So I was asking Jeff and Keisha, would they want to live 110 years?
I mean, if I'm in my right mind, if my body and my mind is not there, I would like to go on and be with my creator. But if I'm still moving and I'm having fun, life is good. I don't have to go to work. And you was like, what do you do? Girl, you got to go to work. I can find something to do.
Okay. Because there's still people that are almost 100 just running marathons and doing all kinds of stuff. Walking marathons.
True story. I mean, I'm with Keisha over here. That depends. Am I still looking smooth?
Oh, God.
Does my wife still think I'm attractive? You know, those kind of things.
Do you think you be bad chick Wawa at 110?
Am I dusty? You know, like, what's going on? So,
no, seriously, do you think y'all would be bad chick Wawa at 110?
Fuck, girl, you know.
The
I know
study
you about to talk about
the study
home.
You said that we have our best sex after 60.
Right, that's women. I'm talking about
but that's what I'm saying.
At 110, no, you made 60 almost twice.
And men can still have babies at 110.
You're going to have to get that Viagra
Let's
golden
get that
edition.
right.
The golden
Men can still have
Platinum.
babies.
The platinum Viagra. Be like,
Platinum Viagra.
I would take the black card.
But you know, men, I'm saying since they can still have babies, I hope they can still have sex.
Well, I mean,
but the
it's
beauty
still
for
your
us
libido
is that
and
we
your
don't. We can. The beauty is we can't have babies.
Right.
Excuse me.
So it's like it's about chick Wawa season, huh? All right, let's talk about Jessie Smollett.
I know she
Y'all,
did.
let's make it real quick too. What?
Oh, go ahead.
What she do?
A text came through.
Oh, okay.
Honey, my goddaughter telling me what she wants.
Okay. All right, let's talk
Shout
about
out to Nyla. The
First thing
prettiest
I
girl
do
in
want
the
to
world.
say is that if he gets charged with all of these accounts, that can hold 4 years for each count. Do you think that's fair?
I think
Or
that's
he told one
bullshit.
lie.
Hold on. I think that's bullshit.
Okay.
You know, I'm finna go right on in. This is overkill, Chicago PD. Tell me, y'all, your city is fucked up right now because that Jessie Smollett,
Is that why it says
stop.
country
That Jessie
cussing?
Smollett mess is a hot mess. We got Paul Manafort, who's been stealing and raping our country for years and siding with communist countries. Only got 4 years for all the money he took. And then we talking about Jessie Smollett and and according to Jessie, he's innocent. So, and I'm going to say this, this is a hot mess. If this is what we're going to go after with 16 counts, it's overkill and it's ridiculous.
What you think?
Well, I mean, you know, I don't know that you said 4 years for each count. Was that
Yes.
right? Okay, so 16 years in prison for kind of faking a
No,
beating.
he got 16
Oh,
counts.
16
times
count
4.
times 4. Whoa! Okay, so
See what I'm saying?
all right,
It's
so yeah,
stupid.
no, I don't see that
He
happening.
didn't kill nobody. The only person he really hurt was himself.
But what if they
he's-
trying to set an example? So the judge has the
No,
right to
set an
do that.
example with Paul
No,
Manafort
he said he
ass.
no, he's saying he doesn't see him getting 4 years for each count, but it's the possibility that the judge could do that.
But
That's
that's the
not
point
gonna
we're
happen.
saying. It's a possibility. This
Yeah,
is the
that
point that
doesn't
I'm
happen
trying
to
to make.
magical white
Paul
men.
Magical
Manafort,
white
the
men.
To black
Listen.
men, that does happen.
and
All
that's
the
the
time.
sad part. It's for the most minimal stuff that could send you away for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't make sense. This is where we say the system is unfair and out of touch.
Let me ask you this: okay, he paid these guys. Did they-
Allegedly.
Al-
Now
well,
we on the show.
He said
We gotta
he's-
say alleged.
Alleged.
He's
Thank you.
pleading not guilty.
Don't
We
let
don't
the
want
white
you-
guy
no,
say that.
right,
Yeah,
we don't
no,
want
but I'm
Okay.
just saying
we don't
he's
want
pleading
you to
not
stick on
guilty.
us. Okay, go ahead. What you saying? Go ahead.
The
He's
dude,
not-
the,
it ain't
the,
even on there.
the dude
Uh-huh.
is an idiot for
Okay.
starters. I mean, okay, if whether I'm black or white,
Okay.
I think he's a fool. You know what he did is set back those that are really struggling and are facing that kind of persecution and
All for
dealing
money.
with. Absolutely, because he's trying to promote himself.
Right.
Well, damn,
no, he
be-
wanted to get more money in his contract, and so he thought
That
if he
didn't
put
even
himself
make
in
sense.
danger, then that would yeah.
He's an
So
idiot.
I do. I'm
But
No,
no,
but-
I don't believe he deserves all that time in
Okay.
prison. I think his career. I think, and like you just said, he's hurt himself enough.
Mm-hmm.
He might spend. He might need to spend a little bit of time behind them bars.
I don't think he spent
Just
any.
a minute.
probation.
No,
Just
it-
a minute.
I don't think he
Just a
spent
minute.
any.
Probation.
But I
Hey,
think
just a
that
minute.
You should
all
like
the
them.
excuses. I think all the excuses are just stupid. Well, what they came up with.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to make more money. None of it made sense. I'm still trying to figure out the motive.
Well,
He
It
might
made,
have
it
mental
made
health
no
issues.
sense.
Yeah, that's
now
what
he
I'm
said
saying,
he was
yeah.
on drugs. That's the only one that I go with because only
Yeah.
crackheads would think that would make sense.
all right, we're gonna move on. So R. Kelly, does he need to go to jail?
Does he?
You damn
What the
right.
hell you mean? Does he?
Put his ass under the jail.
Now
I'm
he
just
needs
saying.
to go to jail. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
He is
Does
$161,000 in arrear on his child support.
Yeah.
He should have
Okay.
been in
So
jail for
hold
that
on,
already.
hold on. Now let me go back to some
Yes.
of what was being said on the show when they aired it.
Mm-hmm.
He's got all these houses with all these chicks, but you can't pay your child support.
Can't pay your
You
child
out your
support,
rabbit
baby.
ass mind. How you gonna have all these concubines and girlfriends? And he was on the CBS show talking about he got 2 girlfriends, but you can't pay child support.
How can you afford all them
Yes,
women?
but you can't pay child support. You need to go to jail. Yeah. Not just for the child sex, but for the actual part where you won't take care of your own damn children.
Well, go ahead.
Now, my wife said back on this is not about R. Kelly, but our
Okay.
previous subject.
Okay,
Jesse?
He should Jussie. I have a hard time with that. Jussie. Who names a child?
The
We're gonna
same
name
one.
you
Smollett.
Jussie.
Smollett.
Same one that
Smollett.
named their child
He's-
Lakeisha.
Hey,
Look,
she's such a
everybody can't have a classy name like Jeffrey.
Right. Oh!
So just long. My wife said just long enough to catch a prison yard beating and then parole his butt. So I agree. Let him get a taste. You want to let him
Well,
get
no,
a taste.
because no, that I
Cut
will
him
say
loose.
this.
I say no to that
he faked
because
the beating. So if he had really got his behind
want-
wood,
you wanna
that's
beat
what
him.
I'm saying.
I
you
say
want.
no because it's more people worthy of the real ass whooping like Paul Manafort.
You
I mean,
Paul
for me,
Manafort.
Jussie ain't even up there. Jussie's case is so all about Jussie. And I know that, you know, he's kind of set the movement back.
Mm-hmm.
But this stuff with these other people who are ruining our country. And it's like, and we're
Now you
all
gonna get
looking
the Paul
away.
Manafort, so hold on. So back to
We're
R.
looking
Kelly.
away.
He
Go
has a
ahead.
daughter.
R. Kelly
who-
need an ass whooping.
Well, he has a
That's
daughter
what
who's
he need.
transgender,
needs a
and
lot
she
of-
just put out a diss tape on her dad.
Good.
Wait, did you say? I was reading it. Said it's on her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or okay.
On her dad.
And I diss him
Dissing
too.
her
Go
dad.
girl, I'm with you. Now listen, I get
He's-
he's your
she addressing
parent,
the sex
but if
abuse
he's
and all that stuff
but
against
if
the
he's
father.
who he is, diss his ass.
Well, we're talking about this
What-
guy was. He's been fooling with children.
Yeah,
He's
baby.
been pissing on women.
Yeah.
Yes,
You know,
children
Big mouth.
He's
pissing on
been doing
children.
all- I mean, so he deserves. He needs an ass whipping.
Right.
Now that's who need an
If
ass
I'm one of
whooping.
these fathers, he's gonna
Right.
be like Samuel L. Jackson. I'm gonna go ahead and take the law into my own
Huh.
hands. Remember that?
Oh, talk about my
Or-
boo.
Or
You
what's
goddamn
that
right, I
thing?
killed him in the
Bad
office
Boys.
ass burning hell.
He did.
A Time to Kill, baby.
What movie
Oh,
was
God.
that?
A Time to Kill.
Time to Kill. That's right.
Hey.
That's the time. And here's the thing: when I'm watching that
Okay.
special,
Okay.
and you got those fathers that are out there sitting out there just like boohooing and crying. No,
Yeah.
hell no. I'm breaking the
What
damn
set
door
it-
down.
Hey,
if
hey,
somebody's
hey,
outside
hey,
trying to
now I
stop
s-
me,
I
I'm
say-
stomping that ass too.
Yeah.
I'm getting in there to my child.
Listen.
I say don't even put R. Kelly in jail. Put him in a room with them dads.
Well, let me tell you something.
No,
The two
he
women
ain't
he's
making it
with
out.
right now said that their parents are all for game, that none of that stuff happened, that they pretty much their parents sold them off. Now, Gail did say he was standing in the back coughing out loud, and then her assistant, he kept saying, should I stop it, you know, that whole thing. So I just feel like regardless, it's almost like one of my friends said, one of her kids got accused of doing something, but really didn't do it that time. But he had done all kind of stuff before that. She said, no, you're going to take this butt whooping because of all the stuff you didn't get caught for.
Yeah.
So don't act like, you know what I'm saying? So
But
even
I
if
didn't
Mark,
get that.
I'm saying, even if R. Kelly's saying that he is not doing anything to these women, that they're willfully being there, nothing's happened, whatever, he's done enough stuff to still get punished for it.
Well, and it's not just about these women. We got a host of women.
Yeah.
So not just about these two, but also in the two women that was interviewed with Gail, these Gail went back and we found out that what they were saying about their parents wasn't true. Well, it wasn't true. Like the one girl who
There's so
said
much
it,
hearsay
and
going
that's
on
what
right
Gail
now.
was like,
I
oh
think
my
that's what they're
God.
trying to do.
No, but Gail said this actually brings back the point to what the parents were saying was that she's being manipulated, because she said that she didn't like singing. She didn't want to sing, and her parents said that was the only thing that made her happy. That's why they was going behind her, and they found her medical records that said she wanted to sing, and not. She said her parents sold her to R. Kelly, and that wasn't the case. They were fighting for their daughter's life. She tried to kill herself, and then the therapy said she liked singing.
Apparently somebody tipped the police off and said that some of the women were coming together to do a suicide pact at his place in Trump Towers, the women.
Wow.
But when they got there to do a wellness check, they said that none of that stuff was true.
And that was convenient that he had Trump Tower.
Okay, we're going to move on. Update us on the Coast Guard domestic terrorists. Do that. Come on, Keisha, talk about that. Let's move.
So since we were all talking about Jussie Smollett, let's talk about this damn Coast Guard that had all them guns and all the ammunition and a list of Democrats that he wanted to kill. Well, he's still in jail, and he was supposed to be out on bond or bail or whatever, but the judge ordered that he stay another 15 days so that the prosecution can build their case against him. Okay. Now, this is a case that we're not talking about. We're too busy talking about Jussie Smollett and his ignorance. This is what we should be talking about. When somebody got this much ammo, this much ability to just take people out, he could have taken a lot of people out.
Well, they're going to talk about Jussie because he's a celebrity.
Yeah.
It's a sexy story.
Right.
It gets more attention.
Right.
And that's
This kind of
ignorant. That's the
stuff.
point that I'm saying.
That's where we at.
Nobody's no. Let's change the narrative, because we're here today on this podcast. Instead of us picking up where the media is picking up with Jussie, let's start shining light on this Coast Guard. So I put him on here so we could go back and revisit this, because we kind of let this one go. Why did we let this one go? This is serious. Nothing about this is play. He didn't. This is nothing about this. Jussie's case only hurt Jussie. It really did. This case here, this man could have killed several people.
Sorry, I'm reading. I'm trying.
Well, hold the paper up, like Jeff, looking like we about to put you to sleep, bro. We trying to have a right.
And this guy was a white nationalist.
You gotta keep your eye out.
So
look, I sent this to you, Jeff. You didn't do your homework.
That's all
I
right.
sent it to you and told you to take.
Whoa.
Okay, what?
This guy is a white nationalist. This guy's a white nationalist, so we need to stay on that. But go ahead, Keisha.
I got you.
All right, Donald Trump on Twitter.
Donald Trump Jr. Let's get it right.
Donald Trump Jr. Okay, so he went on Twitter and he says, is it just me or is everyone in Hollywood strangely silent today? Come on, guys. You're always very vocal and forcing your opinion on everyone else. What changed? And so everybody was clowning him.
The pot calling the kettle. What?
Well, because
you
his
dumbass.
Gave more than $1.5 million to Penn and to Ward.
Well, wait a minute now. So
and his daddy got brought into college.
Let's
Okay.
get okay. What's the context now? As far as did they qualify as students? Like that's the
They
thing I don't
money
understand
qualified
about.
them, though,
I know. Well, just like these other kids, but now
No.
these did they have? I mean, were they accepted into the institution? Like
No. Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you, because I've been
Okay,
watching
when you
it.
say no, though, they say allegedly.
No, ain't no damn allegedly.
Yeah, 'cause
these
you-
dumbass
no,
kids
hold on.
could not get
Yeah.
into
I
a
got you.
community college.
No. We're talking right now about Donald Trump's two children. That's what we're
Right.
specifically.
Oh,
talking
okay. I
about.
thought you were talking about these
See
other
that
kids.
you know.
I was about to go in. I was like,
No.
these some mediocre dumbass kids. They
Yeah.
trying to get into school.
Plus, their parents, they're like actors, right?
D-list.
D-listers. So like,
It
who
was this
really
woman.
cares?
Speaking of D-list,
Well,
I was with my
actually, they're
girl-
not, because homegirl Becky, you know,
from
Aunt Becky,
family. What was
Full House.
Full House.
There you
She is worth $20 million. Her husband is worth $80
But they still
million.
D-list.
No, but I'm just saying
Like-
they got money regardless of the list.
Oh, yeah,
they
they
got
got money.
$100 million.
But so I guess I'm looking at this and I'm seeing,
Yeah.
okay, Donald Trump Jr. said this,
Yeah.
which, by the way,
So you're trying to say, did him and his sister actually have the academic prowess to get into these universities, and their daddy just contributed $1.5 million?
Right.
I'm gonna
Right.
say no
Because
because of the offspring.
had-
You just
okay,
look.
so let's say
Dummies
you had-
don't produce
Good.
smart
So hold on.
asses.
But for
if
starters-
if you had Donald Trump's money
uh-huh.
and your child applied to go to school, granted you'd have to pay for the education, right?
Right.
Would you have donated $1.5 million to the school?
Okay, we got to bring it down to my Fort Walton Beach.
Alabama,
income level. Alabama, baby, right.
Okay.
So I'll tell you this. Now, if I'm Donald Trump and I'm as wealthy as he is, you know, do I can't say I wouldn't.
Before your kids get to the school?
Listen to this. Like, okay, I grew up being a big Alabama fan.
Okay.
I love the University of Alabama. I never went to the University of Alabama.
Okay.
I wanted to, but out of state tuition.
Yeah.
Hurt a brother, right?
Okay.
Couldn't do it. But now, so if my daughter is accepted, my son's accepted, and they're going, potentially, yeah, because I love the university already. So
Okay.
I don't know. I
To
would.
give to their program or whatever.
Right.
Being yeah. Okay.
So for me, I could compare it to
booster?
like Choctaw High School.
like being a booster.
My kids were not even in Choctaw High School yet, but I was sponsoring basketball programs, football programs.
That's true.
You know, so I'm already pumping a lot of money into that school when my kids weren't even there. So it's like, and I'm not saying that that's
But-
obviously what he
but-
was doing,
No, but what
but
I'm saying too, though, you
would
were
I
doing
give-
you were doing that with with Choctahatchee High School because you knew your kids were going to come there anyway. You know what I'm saying?
and plus I
granted-
went there. That made
Yeah. And he's not alum to Penn or to Wharton, but however it works out,
There's a
we
lot
probably
of
don't know.
there's a lot of
Like he didn't
parents.
want his grades released, so
There's a
how did he
lot.
get to college?
Who knows? There's a lot of parents that would do that. I mean, black, white, yellow,
Oh,
whatever.
I've seen it.
That would do that. So
I've
but
seen it. But I
the bigger
gotta
issue
say,
is he just needs to shut his mouth on. I wish he and his whole family would calm down on Twitter.
Calm down.
well, I wish they'd take their Twitter account. But I'm gonna say this about Don Jr. is that and I found this to be true about DNA. If it's in your DNA, your daddy done. I just gotta say, look, I don't care about you looking over here, Keisha. Smartness is not in y'all DNA. I don't see how you could have got in college without money, but that's just me.
Now I will tell you
Show
this.
me your grades. Show me your test scores.
Well,
That's the only thing that
and I
stopped
will
me.
tell
And
you
let
this,
me see
Keisha.
you take that test
I
because
will-
I don't want to see that somebody else took it for you.
I will tell you
DNA
this.
don't lie. Data
This
don't
is,
lie.
give me a little buzz on that, Jeff, because this is one time we didn't agree. That is true. So generally, if you have a good one, Jeff, because we agreed.
I was clapping.
Thank you,
Yay!
Jeff. Good.
There you
Nice.
go.
Okay, all right.
There you
So
go.
generally, if your parent
Really
is like
stop.
You can stop.
good or they have academic prowess, then generally you do too. So that is hereditary. I do agree with that, but I still think that he could have left that out because it's almost he opened up the door for some criticism for himself.
They
Well,
just-
he's always inappropriate. Have y'all known this guy to be appropriate? But he is the offspring of the most inappropriate man that we found out in the world. We
All right.
just
They can't.
It
help
is what it
themselves.
is, and
They
they-
can't
So we're
help
gonna
and
move
that
on, 'cause we
status
got-
of
we
being
can talk
so
all day.
removed from everybody else in the world. He's like up here talking crazy.
Speak about being removed. You know, we went through this whole thing with this measles outbreak, right, in Washington, in the state of Washington, and so it's a guy, a young man who's 18 years old. He's from Norfolk, Ohio, who his 18th birthday, where kids are getting driver's license and driving and doing all this, he went and got his vaccinations because his mom didn't do it for him.
Yeah.
And I have always said that it's one thing to try to make some informed, educated decisions on your kids, and it's another thing on things you do for your children. It's nothing just be dang gone stupid, okay? You done had all your shots, and ain't nothing wrong with you.
All right.
Give me my shots.
Okay. So you gonna take your children and not give them shots and put them at a risk with all of the stuff that's coming over here between the Zika
Right.
virus and this virus. Now, you already got flus. You already got enough you dealing with. But now you're gonna give a disease that we've already cured. Like, give me a break. What are we doing?
I
Right.
think it goes back to education. I think that somewhere down the line we have created some stuff in our head that we thought made sense that didn't make sense. Like with the vaccine. We knew the vaccine was working. Then someone decided to say this is the cause of autism. And I'm going, and I said this before on the show, I think we didn't know what autism was, and then we started finding out, and you had more cases being developed because you started researching it.
Right.
But vaccine wasn't the cause of it.
Right.
It's always been there, but we never had the term for it. We never knew what it was called, because I think we've all grown up with somebody that was a little off, and we never knew what
And
it
our
was.
environment has
Or if you
changed,
did
too.
know somebody, you probably the one.
Okay, you the person. If you don't know nobody, it's you.
It's you.
And
But
you're
our environment-
autistic,
yeah.
and we're all on some
Right.
type part of that spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
We all have a little bit of that spectrum, but to be in the excessive side of that. But the part where we created in our head that the vaccine is the reason,
Right.
And it was like, but nobody's getting sick over measles and
No.
polio
Look,
and
I'm
chickenpox. It's not the vaccine.
You know, I got a wife who's a teacher
Yes.
at Kenwood Elementary,
Uh-huh.
and I don't like the thought of a child being in her class that hasn't been vaccinated because it.
They're not supposed to go to school.
You know, you're gonna bring
Yeah.
that home to my. Now, my wife's been vaccinated, but you know, it's one of those things that I don't need something rubbing
dangerous.
off on my.
It is dangerous.
But you know, I had like these days, kids can get a shot for chicken pox.
Yes.
Okay. I'd have given anything to have a shot for chicken pox.
Baby,
when I
because
was
I
a
had it when I
got
was
it.
5. Did you have it?
Yeah.
I had it in middle school, on vacation in Orlando
Oh, gosh.
at Disney World.
And you
Day one.
And you was covered.
I
You
was
because
angry.
the older you get, the
Listen.
more the
But
outrage.
then
I didn't have none.
We at the
or
risk
no
of having
outbreak.
shingles because we've already have the virus in us.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah.
even crazier.
I've
So
heard
you
how
sure you want to be
painful that is.
110 years old?
No.
You might get shingles.
I got
You might
shingles,
get it
baby.
right
Just
when you turn 110.
shut it
Like, dang it.
down.
Okay. All
Shut
right.
it-
So a 9-year-old girl wrote to Steph Curry about his new shoe only being marketed to boys. And he says that the girls play ball too. Now I know you a big sports fan as well, and
Right.
you know your daughter's pretty athletic. Did she do soccer?
My daughter did. She was a cheerleader.
Cheerleader. Okay, yeah. Because I
Yeah.
remember
And
she's
that's
pretty.
competitive.
Yeah.
She's very athletic.
Very athletic, yeah. And so on International Women's Day, he allowed her to design the insole of the purple Steph 5s.
Wow. No, that's great. Listen, I'm all about that because they're like going back to my daughter, you know, and these cheerleaders and these dancers that are at the school. They are probably some of your better athletes
Yeah.
on campus. Like,
I mean, they train like, whew.
I mean, watch them kids just doop, doop, doop,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the way down
Yeah,
the court.
yeah.
Come on, how
Take
many?
that strength,
Listen,
that
I
mass strength.
mean, keep it real now. I love this though, and you know, Steph Curry's just that guy that's
Yeah,
gonna.
yes,
He's
yes,
typically
he
gonna
is.
do the right thing.
Who don't
He-
like Steph
Yeah.
Curry?
Well, it
Like, have you ever
depends.
heard that? Oh, you talking about doing?
I'm
Game
saying
7
personally.
Game 7 of the championship.
Personally.
I don't, you know,
But-
and I'm not even a big LeBron fan, but
Yeah.
listen, I'm one of those dudes. I'm not a big hater,
Okay.
but I don't like Draymond. I don't like a lot of his
What?
teammates. Steph, if he and I were just kicking it,
Yeah,
we'd be
you'd
down.
be good. Okay.
But as soon as he starts knocking them down for the Golden State Warriors, just I get this bad taste in my mouth.
You be like,
You know, it's like
Nah,
when I'm
Steph.
watching. It's like watching Crestview win that state championship.
I heard. Go Crestview.
stop
But
it. Stop it.
Enough.
Stop it.
whatever.
No, don't say that.
Whatever.
I'm
Just
kidding.
gotta talk about
Congratulations,
yes,
Coach
yes,
Watson.
Yes.
Northwest
gave-
Florida.
We gave you.
We
did.
still Northwest
did.
Florida.
We
Y'all
did.
gotta learn how
We
to.
did.
Y'all gotta learn
Let-
how to cheer for Northwest
let
Florida.
that
So
be a
speaking of
lesson.
school,
Wait. Before we move on, this girl wrote a letter.
uh-huh.
This girl wrote a letter. So she
Yeah.
was like, she realized that a letter goes a long way.
Yeah.
It's some, we also got to remember,
That's
if we
my
feel a
father-in-law's
certain
motto.
way, to reach out to those celebrities and speak to them. You never know what's going to happen. We do a
Well-
lot of reaching out, which is, when I say we, I mean Keisha.
I like this too because if you go to like Finish Line, right, or any, you're gonna see. Okay, you walking in the store. This
Right.
whole left side is
Uh-huh.
full of men's shoes from
Yeah.
front to back.
Yeah, say
You go
it.
into
Come
a
on
store,
now.
Women's shoes
We
take
gotta
up
share-
about
we gotta
a
share with the
third,
kids.
and then you got the kids'
Yeah,
shoes, right?
yeah.
So yeah, I
Come
get
on
it.
with
I
it.
think that's great too.
You are so. That's
But can
on
I,
point.
Can
Go
I just
ahead.
say one thing?
Yes.
This is going back to the whole Choctaw thing.
Okay.
And you know
Okay.
Crestview and
Okay.
all that. And listen, yeah, we lost. We took that one on the
Yeah, we
chin,
did.
right? With 3-point Marcus Purcell, you're a stud. Congratulations.
Yes, yes.
Whatever, all you kids over there at Crestview. But let that be a lesson to my boys at Choctaw.
Yeah.
That you
Come
never
on
take.
now.
And I've preached this when I played ball. I wasn't near as good as a lot of the kids we
Tell
have on
us.
our team,
Yeah.
right? But one thing that I would do if I had you down or
Yes.
we were close, I was going to put my foot on your throat
On
and I was
your
going to finish
throat.
you.
Oh my God, you
So-
sound like my mama. That's all she
Oh.
say. Put that foot on that neck.
Beyonce stepped back. That was it.
Well, it's.
And he put him to bed. Come on now.
We could put, I
Come
mean,
on.
that whole game, like, and I'll say, you know,
Well,
they're
with other
kids.
stuff, yeah.
They can't always be motivated, but, you know,
Yeah,
I noticed the
Lakeisha.
body language was off at some point. But we got
I
to,
know.
that's just a lesson to stay motivated, be
Mm-hmm.
hungry, never take where you are at for granted.
That's right.
So,
Good talk. I like that.
Yes.
All right, so
Young
speaking of
people,
school,
stay hungry.
there's
Speaking
a
of
student
school.
who pulled off the teacher's wig and danced around with it before giving it back to her because he was in revenge of her strict class rules.
Nah,
Let me set the record straight.
I'd have knocked him out.
All the smoke. Do you hear me? You would get it all. Like, he walked up to her, and as soon as she turned her head, he snatched her wig off, got to dancing around, and she's chasing him for this wig. Baby, last day. Can you
Well,
say
can
that?
I say something?
You've been
Last day.
Can I say something,
Front
Jeff?
page.
Yes.
Jeff.
Stop wearing damn wigs. Wear your
Okay.
natural hair. He wouldn't have to snatch nothing off your damn head, and
like-
you wouldn't be embarrassed. Stop wearing other people's damn hair. There you go. Now what?
Let me say
Now
something
what
to
with the
you
strict
right now.
rules? Stop wearing other people's damn hair. Get that horse back
Okay,
there.
now you're going too
That's
far.
that bro, Jeff.
I need you to chill.
Well, I'm
Well,
just gonna
in case-
say,
in case the
whoever
people are
she
wondering,
is,
this is my hair.
that's in case the
I don't
people
know, you
wondering,
ain't doing
we
the
got the
combo
same
right.
name, but we got different point
At
of
110,
view.
would you be combing over at 110?
I'm gonna let it go.
Let it go.
I'm gonna be like your boss.
Or
at
you gonna wear a
Choctaw.
toupee or a wig?
Oh, he's not.
Well,
I
my
know,
thing,
I know.
my thing with this is, ladies in our hair, we are so upset about this hair thing, and he knew how to get to her. He knew how to get to her,
Well,
and it's
I
like
just
her
think
hair.
kids at this point. I remember back in
He
the day, we always had maybe
disrespectful, but
one
yeah.
or two that you like.
She
You know,
played
wild
But if
out.
you snatch my wig off, I'll just be like, cool.
And she should have played it that way.
That's what
She
I
shoulda
would've
played it
did.
that way. I thought she was gonna play it that way, and she didn't.
But it's
You know what I'm
something
saying?
about
You
women
would've got
and
them
their
back.
hair.
Go ahead. You.
Until you in the heat of that, you don't
Yeah,
really know how you're
yeah,
gonna respond.
yeah.
Now, if I'm a kid in that class, now how old is the kid? I'm
They
sorry,
were like
man.
She
they're
don't
high
know.
school. He's
High
like
school.
15.
Man, see, that kid needs to be.
Yeah.
And
That
and that's sometimes like I almost threw a post out the other day on Facebook because I saw a meme or something that talked about the way we help people today. Okay, we see something going down. What do?
Oh,
We pick this
pick
thing
the
up,
phone
start
up.
recording because we're
Before we
little
go in and
punk
help. Yeah,
sissies.
yeah.
Where our country is just
Yeah.
makes me sick.
Yeah.
Because instead of
So-
stepping in and intervening and being a part of the solution, we won't capture it and be that fool in the background just getting pictures. So me,
I can't never catch nothing because I'm old school. I don't even know to pull the phone out. I'm so stupid.
You don't-
I'm like, I did the whip past gone.
That's a good point. You absolutely right.
No,
like,
I'm
if
just
you're a kid
saying,
in that
we-
class,
And we old like
do
we
something.
are. We don't even think the video at
Right.
first. But the kids, the first thing they think is to catch it on video. And I'm
but the
thinking
thing
the
about it
last
is,
thing I
teaching
think
as a
of.
profession is one thing that has that the honor of it has been diminished so much, and the kids. Now, I will tell you this though. I've been teaching for 16 years, and I can maybe count on one hand where I got a little close with a few children, where they wanted to like just step to me.
That's
but,
why I don't teach.
But I will tell you this. But I
I
will
don't
tell you
love
this
your
too.
kids like
What
you
did
do.
you
I don't
do?
have those issues in my class because day one we talk about respect. Day two I showed them by respecting them, and day three they showed me by respecting me back, and we keep that momentum going the whole year.
And that's
you know?
good. That's good.
and I
But
can get how sometimes those rules, they can sometimes be.
But I'm
especially
also
coming
very
from-
liberal with
especially
rules, 'cause
come
I
from
feel
a
like
house
this.
that
we
don't-
Gonna, we gonna have, I'm saying we're gonna have rules, right? And you're not. But if you step out of character one day, I'm not gonna hang you on the cross for it. It's gonna be okay, because I have bad days. You feel me? But I don't like it when people can be so hypocritical. Hold up. You don't take them papers home every day and grade them. You don't have a good day every day you come up in here. So if you, I've had kids that come in and they'll put their head down knowing that's not what we do, and I'll walk over there and say, "Kids, it was just really a bad day." I'll leave them alone. Next day, 100%, they right back in. But it's just knowing that,
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say that some people don't have rules at home, and when they come into a classroom that's strict, they don't know how to take it because and I've noticed that because people come to my house and be like, you. Like I
But
was like,
I will
never.
tell you though,
I didn't. I
as
never.
a teacher, I've had those kids who would cuss their mamas and daddies out and do all that kind of stuff, and they never said nothing crazy to me.
No, but that's the point I'm making is that some people, when they're presented with rules, they're gonna buck
Do
the
it.
system first. They're gonna buck
Right.
the system because they're not accustomed to it. But like I was gonna say is I had a strict rule in my house that lights went out at 7 with my 3 little ones. They ain't have to go to bed, but nothing was gonna be on. It wouldn't be no lights,
7
no
o'clock?
TV, no nothing.
Dang.
7 o'clock.
Hey, we.
And people would come to my house and be like, what? Hey, mind your business. And my thing was, it was my rule, but
Yeah.
it's what worked for me.
Okay.
And then when you go to a classroom and the teacher, and what it says here is that the teacher was strict. He was going against her class rules. This is the thing, some kids are not used to structure. They
Right.
just not. And then they show out.
Well, let me tell you about one kid who, regardless of structure, now his daddy showed up with an AK-47 to the school, and his daddy's in a wheelchair.
They tell you,
now, mind you,
tell
he
you
called
they
his
out
dad
of it.
because apparently the teacher put his hands on him and done something, and while he was talking to his dad, he said somebody grabbed him, his phone flipped up, the phone automatically went out. So what did daddy do? Daddy flipped. He got in the car, rolled up there, and the security guard saw the gun hanging out his pocket. He said, I need to see the person who had their hands on my kid. That's all I need to see. And it turned, they called the police, got arrested, did that whole thing.
This
So
so
what?
ignorant.
I mean, but what do you think? Like,
I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think in America, and I'm gonna go back to Bush,
America.
We think we can solve stuff with guns.
You missing Bush right now.
You damn right. I never thought I'd say that in my life. I miss you, George W. But anyway, we think we can solve things with guns.
But wait a minute, before you finish that, he did. He FaceTimed his dad in tears, crying, saying that his teacher had slammed him.
Okay, but what I'm saying is we think we can solve things with guns. Because I can whoop a bitch ass. I don't need a gun.
He in a wheelchair.
I can whoop a bitch ass in a wheelchair and don't need a gun. So I'm saying we're in this society now where people
Come on,
think.
Jeff, speak up now.
I'm gonna say this to Jeff. We're in this society now where people think guns is the way to save yourself. They're so scary. Back in my day, it's an ass whooping or not. If you couldn't take an ass whooping, it wasn't no knife or no gun. It was straight
what I
blows.
am saying to you is your baby
What you
called you
thought,
in
yeah.
tears on fast.
Well,
I'm
FaceTime.
whooping ass.
And he says his teacher slammed him. And while you talking to him, his phone gets flipped. And
I don't
it
need
goes
an
dead.
AK-47.
Jeff,
Well-
come on. First reaction now.
Well,
B100.
This is ignorant.
Magical white man. Come on.
I'm the guy that will. I'll tell you a story.
Okay.
Tell
All
us,
right.
Jeff.
So my son Jake used to play soccer, and he's playing soccer. This is rec league now.
Okay.
He wasn't in playing for school yet,
Right.
and this is how I respond on the scene. If I'm away and I knew this, I'd probably be just as bad. My son gets hurt. The kid on it's my son. I can't remember if he was taking a shot on the goal
Yeah.
or if it was vice
But he
versa.
gets hurt.
A kid, no, he was playing defense. Kid kicks my son intentionally right in the calf muscle when he's down. And oops, accident. I was kicking at the ball. Everybody knew it wasn't. It was, okay, so coach goes out there, checks on Jake. Jake can't get up. He's having a hard time. And I'm thinking, okay. First, I'm like, man, get up, boy. Get up. You know how we all are, tough dads, whatever. I go out there and check on him. Yeah, my man had a knot on his calf where this little punk had kicked my son in the leg. I picked my son up, and actually when I'm walking out there, I had to walk by the coach from the other team. This is city rec league, mind you, okay?
Ain't
And
nobody getting paid.
And
Tell
I
the
hear
truth.
this guy make a comment and say, he's faking, he just needs to get his blank up. And I'm thinking, all right,
Get his
bro,
ass up when we say it for
get his ass up. I'm thinking, well, I'm gonna do my best to be cool,
Right.
because I
You're
want
carrying your baby.
I want to stomp him right now.
Right.
I had to go out there and carry it. Jake was still like, he was like in 6th grade or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
at that
yeah,
point.
but still,
I had to
yeah.
pick him up and carry him off.
Yeah.
Well, I hear the guy mumble something again. I go put my son down on the bench. I walk by, and that hood came out in me.
Whoa, did
I
he say
got
the
up in
hood?
his
Let's
face.
give him some
Yep,
smoke,
sorry.
baby.
Give him some smoke. I roll up on him, and I just told him, I said, I will.
Fuck you up. If you talk about my son one more damn time, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I've
so
been there. Yeah, go ahead.
That, as
So, okay,
from a
so
father,
again,
you want to stomp.
Jake calling you in tears, saying his teacher done slammed him. He's FaceTiming you in tears.
You don't
and
need
then
no
his phone
AK-47.
gets flipped up and goes dead. What you doing,
And now,
Jeff?
I know my son, and I know my son's not going to be doing something
Yeah.
like that, right? He's
To
not
be
going
slammed.
He's not going to try to fight a teacher. Like
Yeah.
you see these videos
Right.
today, kids out there trying to fight
Right.
teachers
Yeah.
and instigating this
Jeff,
kind of crap.
what you gonna do?
I'm gonna go up there. I'm not gonna tote a gun because
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
give them. I'm gonna give them
Thank you.
All
the
smoke.
1-2.
the
I'm
two
gonna-
piece.
Okay.
With a
And yeah,
biscuit.
and they probably gonna have to carry me out of there because ain't no grown man gonna put his hands on my child.
Ever.
Now, once upon a time when I was growing up in school, we used to get that ass whipped by the principal if we stepped out of line.
Right.
I got a paddle to my rear end at Pryor Middle School in
Right.
7th grade for not acting right.
Okay.
So that was different. My old man be like, "Well, you earned that one,
Right.
son."
Right.
Now,
Yes.
but you gonna scoop my boy up and drop him like that?
Yeah, he said
You
he
gonna treat my
slammed
son-
him.
I'm
He
gonna-
said my teacher just slammed me.
I think what I'm trying to get to Keisha,
he's gonna
and me
get
and Jeff just said,
Okay.
you don't need no AK-47.
I'm not gonna roll up in there with a gun because
Oh.
I don't want to go to jail.
And you don't need. And I'm saying, in today's society, everybody want to tote a gun,
But I think if I roll
and
in
that's
there,
crazy.
first off, I'm gonna play it cool. I'm here to just see my son.
Okay.
I'm not a fool gonna roll up with a gun. I'm gonna be like, I'm here to see Jake McDonald.
Yes,
He's in such and such.
Right. Could
And
you tell me what class he just
Yeah, what
left?
class? Yeah, I need to go check on him, and I'm gonna roll in there.
said, what
Probably by
class?
that time that he's in
Oh,
the
yeah,
office.
they already
whatever.
got all that, yeah.
But they probably gonna know better than to let me in at that point, anyways. But no, I'm not taking a gun, but I am bringing an
Oh, I'm
attitude.
coming.
that
I'm
somebody's
showing
asked
up.
about
Okay.
again.
I'm showing up.
Alright.
That's what I'm telling you.
I'm
I'm
just
showing
saying,
up.
the smoke has got to come.
Yeah, but not with a gun. We got to
'Cause I'ma
get rid of
tell
this
you, y'all know that we don't play
AK-47.
about our kids.
Oh, are we
Everybody in
at
this
war?
room that play about our
Are
kids.
you in war? Who the hell needs an AK-47
And I'm
for
not
anything?
condoning the gun.
No,
I
I'm
agree
saying
with you,
this
but I'm
about
saying he getting
the
something.
issue.
He didn't
The
do anything.
issue. Why would you need an AK-47 for anything?
Yeah.
To solve
So, Keisha,
anything.
I want you to just kind of with the politics, just sum it all up real quick so we can move
Wait
on.
a minute. We're gonna talk about this rigged, wealthy, and famous people. You don't want to talk about that?
Okay.
You skipping stuff. I'm
I
like,
know,
keep
but
you
I'm like,
on
that's
track.
just- we
Hold on.
kinda
So
talked
what's
about
the
it with
big
Don
news? But we didn't. So the big news is the FBI just did a big sting, and they got all these people who have been paying to get their kids into school, and we're finding out these kids are mediocre.
I said
Stupid.
we just talked about that,
No.
baby. You just said all of them were stupid. Didn't you tell me that?
Yeah, but I had another issue
Oh,
I
okay,
want to
go
bring
ahead.
up with
All right,
this,
go ahead.
and it is further down
All
on
right,
the
we
line,
got
which
you.
is
Go
why
ahead.
I held it
All
back.
right, go ahead.
So I know kids, and so does City Keisha, know kids that are in the school system trying to go to college who don't know whether or not they're gonna have lights, who don't know whether or not they're gonna have food, who are dealing with real social economic things and still having good grades and still can't get into good colleges and don't have the money to go to school. And then we've got these privileged kids who've been to private schools, who too damn dumb to take the SATs, who still parents are trying to buy their way into college. And it's so disheartening to see this case come about because we both have seen kids who are very smart, who come from backgrounds that really, you say, how are they overcoming? How are they making it? Because that's the one thing you said about DJ. I never want him to worry about his family situation as far as having a roof over his head and having food in his belly. I want him to focus on school. And some kids never got that luxury. And we're talking about these privileged kids who had that luxury and had the best in the school system and still cheating the system. How many times can you kick people down? How many?
Well, I think with that situation, I haven't paid that much attention to that. And I'll be honest with you, I don't give a damn about Hollywood. I really don't. Make a good movie, I'll go watch it. Just because you're a good actor don't mean I give a crap about what you say or what you do.
Right, I don't get that
I don't.
starstruck and all
I
that
don't.
stuff. Yeah, me either.
If I see you in public, I'm like,
Hey,
what's up,
he
dude?
does that? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
know
ain't.
y'all,
You
yeah.
know better than
No
anybody
guy or
else. So
anything, yeah.
it depends now. Now, if it's some certain people, I might freak out. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just
Who
kidding.
get the business?
Go
But for the
ahead.
most part, I really don't care, right? So, anyhow, so the thing with this is I haven't followed it closely, but so what we're saying is these kids of these wealthy parents, these are the Hollywood parents, right?
It was only 2 Hollywood parents.
okay,
The rest
they-
were just wealthy.
Just wealthy. Now, their kids did not qualify to get into that school. Is that what we're
So
saying?
That's correct.
What happened is this guy created this fictitious non-for-profit organization, and they would donate from $500,000 to the organization
Okay.
and take a tax credit from it.
Wow.
And it was fictitious, and they knew
Okay.
it. And so what he would do at that point was he had people who would write the essays, people who would tell them about the entrance exam so they can do well on it, and people who would basically
Take the test.
Well,
Some
you
would
can't take the SAT for anybody.
But they did. They had
No.
an older guy that took the test for some.
No.
It,
Can't do
you
that.
didn't. No, baby. I'm telling you,
No,
that's
I'm
what
telling
happened
you,
in the
no.
FBI room.
Once they do that, there's an entrance exam you take to get into the school,
Yeah.
but he wasn't taking no SAT.
And I'm gonna tell you what else he was doing.
He
Because
wasn't doing that.
okay, but I'm gonna tell you
But
that
you
was
have to do a
in.
picture ID.
But that's what I'm telling you. It was all rigged. It was rigged. It wasn't. It was rigged. So it wasn't done legitimately. So he didn't go in there with their picture ID or whatever. But the other part was this: is that he also photoshopped their face onto athletes. So the 2 of the girls were going to go in on some type of scholarship, athletic scholarship. Now, mind you, that these athletes are working hard to get these scholarships. These heifers just got their face photoshopped on to get these scholarships. And
Right, so it
to
was
get
all
into
a
school.
ring.
See
So
how
that-
crazy that is?
They
If
actually
your
gonna go
child
to
has
jail
been
more
working,
for tax evasion because they gave money to this fictitious
And
nonprofit
claimed
and then claimed it on their taxes. So that's really what the government.
But what
does
does that say about them as a person?
I know, but it's
Yeah, I know,
but
you
we're
understand.
talking about a system that just like your girl Nasias Cortez said. She says, I guess college admissions.
Alexandra.
Okay, I guess college admissions isn't that different from election, where lots of money can buy you your spot too.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing that we're talking about politics now. The big thing
So, yeah,
is
wrap it
we're
up, yeah.
going to the politics is about taking money out of politics.
Mm-hmm.
Think if they can do that, I think we'll have a better system for us, a better legislative and elected officials if they're not all working for the people who line in their pockets. So
ALEC, we talked about ALEC. Do you know about them? That organization who basically is a conglomerate of a lot of smaller organizations, like for during the time when they were privatizing correctional facilities,
prisons.
and so they were there writing laws and bills and passing
To
them
help
to the
them,
senators.
to help
And then,
private
so that's
citizens.
How, yeah, a lot of
to
the
make
whole
money.
Three Strikes You're Out deal and all that kind of stuff.
To make
if
money.
They did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the system. So we're going to add all the politics and news together. So number 45. Lord have mercy. This man been telling so many lies. He don't even know he lying. So they got him on video saying Tim Apple, the man name is Tim Cook. He's the CEO of Apple. He says Tim Apple. He goes and double down and he said Tim Cook Apple. They just hit a cook. Then he goes back and he said Tim
I mean,
Cook
he's
of
like
Apple.
70-something years
No.
old. If that was your 70-something-year-old uncle and he said that, you know that's how it's going to work.
No, it ain't. That's
I
not
mean,
how
you
it's going to work.
talking
He
about Tim
goes,
Cook or
no,
Tim
if that
Cook,
was my
I'm like-
76-year-old uncle, he would say, you know what? I did say that. Y'all, you know.
No, not all
No,
76-year-olds.
but
My
guess-
father-in-law would.
Well, that's your father-in-law.
Hey.
Speak for him. But the other part is Kellyanne Conway's husband, George Conway. I love you, George. He said, we need to seriously consider this guy and get some mental health issues. Because not only did he lie
he's
about
getting
that,
old.
he lied about Manafort's judge saying that there was no collusion. The judge never said there was no collusion.
Right, but he's
the
just
judge
getting old,
said,
and he ain't getting no
but
sleep.
So-
the
He ain't
judge
getting
said that no collusion had nothing to do with this case.
I know,
So,
but I'm just saying,
but
when
I'm
you're
saying he's
76
crazy.
years old or 72, whatever it
Then
is,
he don't need to govern
and
the government.
Well, I get all that. I'm not even trying to debate any of that. I'm just saying, like my mom is 69. She go to bed at 4:30 in the afternoon.
Right.
Okay? And your parents, right? And then get up at the crack of dawn and she go wind down her day. Here's somebody, like you said, who's trying to run the country, who shouldn't, at that age, probably don't even have the agility, to withstand all the meetings and everything. So he don't know what he's saying from one place to
Well,
another.
he
half
look
the time.
out of
So-
shape and he eat McDonald's. Ain't nothing healthy about
We
his
can't
ass.
judge the man
Yes,
for
we
eating
can.
McDonald's.
Yes, we can,
We
because
can't
he
judge-
judged
and listen,
Obama
Should
for
we
being
judge
I
healthy.
am. Let me say
He
this.
judged
Let me say
Obama
this.
for being
I
healthy.
just had a double cheeseburger.
Oh, Lord.
Right, you gonna judge
Yeah,
me?
but you gonna have it all the time. Jeff, is that your main meal?
No,
Tell me you
it's
eat
not.
a vegetable.
I don't-
This
Yeah.
man ain't never ate a vegetable. He see a
No.
vegetable, he run.
Well, listen,
don't
I
mean
don't.
never
So
eat
what's the
nothing.
Ask him.
context? What's the
You ain't
context?
asking me.
Keisha,
Stop talking.
Keisha. Hey, come on.
All right, go ahead.
Keisha, go ahead, Jeff.
Country Keisha. What's the context? Like I missed this. Like again,
Which one?
we
About the
sweating some stupid stuff.
Oh,
right
you
here.
talking about the lies?
This right here, the Tim Cook thing.
Yeah.
What was
Okay,
all about?
so this the thing.
Yeah.
He's in a meeting like we are sitting here with
Okay.
the cameras rolling, and
Yeah.
he's talking about Tim Cook, the CEO of
Right.
Apple.
Right.
So he calls him Tim Apple.
Was Tim Cook there?
Yeah, he was sitting right next to him.
Okay.
He said, we're glad to have Tim Apple here. And so, the media called him out for calling him Tim Apple.
know, but
but
that's what I'm
listen,
saying,
no,
like-
this the funny part. He goes, I didn't say that. I said
Okay,
Tim
but-
Cook out.
but
But he
Well-
lied,
Think
so
about
they
how
played
many
the video
times
over.
But
So,
think about how many times everybody said that the
no,
same
no,
did
no,
that.
this is what
I
we're
know.
saying.
That.
We're saying that he
Yeah.
tells blatant lies that are caught on tape that we can replay,
But
and he double down.
Listen, I ain't never trying to defend
And he
some of the
doubled down.
foolishness that he
And-
does,
and
but
so-
I'm just saying,
so
you've
let
done
me-
that too. You said
so
something
let
and
me
didn't
add-
remember it and thought you said something else.
Yeah.
If somebody had to
City
pull a tape
Keisha.
down,
We got to
everything
give
that
him
you
a
said-
pass on this one.
No.
Yeah.
Let me not give him a pass, because let me tell you why. If you lie about this,
No,
I know damn
he's
well
trying-
you lied
so-
about Russia. I know damn well you colluded. How
All right,
about
let's
that?
move on.
Yeah.
If you lie about
Let's-
Tim Cook, Apple,
Do you
man,
think
you lied
he
about
did-
collusion.
he
Keisha,
did-
I
is
could
David
have, I could have done that though. I mean,
Yeah, but you wouldn't lie about it.
All right, listen. Is
I'd have
P,
been like,
do you think
did I?
P Diddy is
Yeah,
dating-
you'll say that. Thank you.
Okay. Do you think
Did I?
Do you think P Diddy is dating Steve Harvey's 21-year-old?
I don't know. I don't
What
give
she
a
look
damn.
like?
She,
I mean,
well, she is pretty cute now. But here's the deal: she dated his son. And so they're saying that they saw them out in Miami at this reggae club. He kind of held her hand, and they were up there drinking and doing whatever. And everybody was like, 'cause she has a long list of folks that she done dated.
Okay.
And then Keisha edited here about Scott Disick.
Yeah.
That Scott, yeah.
He's
Okay.
dating Lionel Richie's young daughter. She's like
No.
20.
Wait a
I
minute,
don't
wait a
remember
minute.
who
Oh,
Scott
you
Disick
skipped
is.
right past Pete
Um,
Davidson.
You talking about
Who is Pete Davidson?
Okay, time out. You watch, okay. The white people gonna remember this.
SNL. We know Pete Davidson. How you don't know Pete Davidson?
Well,
He
Pete
pale.
Davidson is the pale guy. He's really funny.
On
He was
SNL.
dating
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande. She dumped him.
Okay.
But the story on him, what even made people give a crap about who he is, that are
I saw
our
him.
age at least.
Yeah.
He was doing the news show on
And he was
SNL.
making fun of the
He
veteran.
made fun of the veteran who
With
just
the eye
recently,
patch.
he's a senator now. He lost an eye overseas, in the desert during the
And he
Iraq
made
War.
fun of him?
Oh, he was.
He's
making fun
a
of himself.
comedian.
I know.
He
but-
is, but it was something that it was way out of line. But
and he apologized.
so,
for
but
that.
he did because people hated on him hard for that. So, but anyways, I think he paid the price, okay, in the public eye. But okay, for starters, have you seen the dude? He really isn't that attractive.
He's not.
And he's dating Ariana Grande, which for starters, I couldn't deal with a diva like that.
Okay.
So, but moving
You know
on. But
she's a
now,
diva. You met her,
But
Jeff.
we've
well, I
talked
watched her on
Listen,
television.
we've
That's
been
all
talking
I
about
need to
older
do.
men dating these young girls.
But
We've talked about
now
that.
he's dating Kate Beckinsale. What the heck is
And
wrong with
she's
Kate
45.
Beckinsale?
And guess what?
Dating
She's
this
20 years
kid.
older than him.
Right.
And they had
Anyway.
a makeout session at the NBA game. They were
I
like this.
saw that. It made me want to vomit.
And he is ugly. He is UGLY.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Kate
That's
Beckinsale
one
need to get
ugly
her
white
act
guy.
together.
Get her act together.
So,
She's
but
like, you can say that while
No, but I put these two in because you were talking about the Steve Harvey's daughter
Oh,
dating
she's
P. Diddy.
21.
And I guess for us, as
she
long as
kind of
it's
looked like Kim that passed to me. Steve Harvey's daughter.
but Scott Disick is the one who's got the 3 kids with Kourtney Kardashian.
Oh, okay.
So
okay,
he's
okay.
older. He's almost
Oh.
40, and he's dating Lionel Richie's youngest daughter, Sophia Richie.
those
Yeah.
people can't help
Sophie
themselves.
Rich. And so I'm saying that we're talking about the age difference. So Pete Davidson went on SNL.
Uh-huh.
And so they was clowning him by dating her, and he started doing a whole list of people who are dating people that are older and younger. And he was like, so talk to them first before you talk to us. And I was like, damn.
Well, somebody need to talk to Kate Beckinsale about dating that dude.
Well, he said he ended with the French president because the French president is like 7 or 8 years younger than his wife.
Oh,
He's really young, and I was like, what?
we're talking 20 years.
Yeah, but Kate Beckinsale,
There she go.
she has an appetite. Kate has an appetite for
If I'm Steve
young
Harvey, I
guys.
ain't
Her
letting
last
that-
boyfriend was in his
No.
early
She looked
20s.
like him to me. The one his baby mama who passed away.
Oh, really?
Well, and P. Diddy, he just want to date. So it's going to take younger girls for him because older women want to get married. And he ain't with that. So,
Has he ever been married?
no.
That relationship will be over in 2 weeks. And who really cares?
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
I
so
don't.
Russell Westbrook. I want to talk about this real quick.
Yeah.
Yes,
He confronted
yes.
a Utah fan, and he says every time he goes to Utah, they be wilding out. In Utah, wilding out.
Yeah.
And he normally lets it go, but this guy started, slurring these racial epithets, and he turned around and told him,
Girl, it's them white Mormons, boy, I'm telling you.
baby.
Oh, listen.
Hey, but the sad part about this story is that the fans said, I thought we was just doing good banter. Listen, fool, ain't nobody no good banter. You almost got killed.
Yeah.
You almost got you and your wife killed.
You and your wife.
Over there
Well-
thinking it's good banter. See, everybody ain't with that. And this guy brought this up. When you at home, you be yelling at the TV. When you at a real game, you better tame that shit. You better tame it because people
Yeah.
are there and they can hear you. And he turned around and told him, what you say? He said,
Yeah.
I'll fuck you and your wife up. And some
He
people was
did.
like,
He
the
said
wife too? The wife too. See
Well,
what I'm saying?
See, that's
She's guilty
where-
by
that's where-
association.
That's where I look at Russell and I'm like, you had me until you
gonna
brought
toss
the
his
wife
wife in
into
there.
it. Because at the end of we got to draw a line there. A
Yeah.
woman could sit here and talk to me. You could talk as ugly as you want to me.
Right.
And I promise you, I'm never going to lay my hands on you.
Right.
You
Did
know,
you bring up my wife?
you could slap me. You could do whatever. Unless you laying hands on my child,
Stand-up guy.
I might move you back. But
Right. And be
you
like,
can't.
hey.
Right. You can't do that. Now, will Russell Westbrook actually?
I don't think he
I don't
would.
think
I think
he
he was
would.
just fired up.
But
he
you
had
need to
just had
stop.
enough.
But
Well,
now,
and-
so he was wrong for that. But
He
this
getting fined
this
like 30
dude,
G's.
This
25 grand they got him for.
Yeah.
But listen to how pay attention too about how the people in Utah have responded
Yeah.
to this. They're kind of siding with, and kind of trying to take a stand behind, Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
And, there was a guy that raised money to match
His
$25,000 to offer it up to a charity. So they're trying to do some good things. And you heard some
That's
guys
good.
that play for Utah
Okay.
that are kind of standing up and
Okay.
they want to create a better environment in the NBA for the players and the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Which I agree. You gotta have some responsibility. When they showed the dude, when they interviewed the guy, for starters, why give that guy any more time to be famous? But you look at him and I see him, he looked like a douchebag. So I'm immediately, he's a grown man wearing a camo hat with it just. And
like that dude from Crestview who clowned,
not a camo
damn,
hat.
you
I'm not
call
saying he was
Chris Tucky out.
Time out. So when I
Well,
say
Chris Tucky
camo
said the
hat,
dude from
I'm not talking about he's a white hunter or anything
Right.
like that. I'm talking about it was a Utah Jazz. Like
Yeah.
he was trying to look. He's
Like,
about
yeah.
my age,
Yeah.
trying to look like, man,
Yeah.
come on, just get your act
Trying to
together.
look, yeah.
He's a douchebag, so he deserved to get he deserves to get his tail whipped.
And then he's
So,
been banned, right? For
He's
life.
been
For life.
banned. And I
But
heard he's
I'm-
suing Russell Westbrook.
But let me say this about Russell Westbrook, because I've been out of the loop with the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
But some of the things I heard about him is that he's never came out of character. But
Right.
he's always been very
But even in
respectful,
his-
which is why I tell people the way you are, people will back you up when something happens, and that just tell us to be good people.
In his interview, he even said that. He was like, look, I done came here. I've been in the league for how many years? He was like, he just went too far. Like, as a human being, sometimes people
It's
just go
too
too far
far.
and you need to just check them. I'm checking them for everybody.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
sad part is that you never know who's having a bad day. We
Right.
talked about that before.
Right.
And this thing with thinking you could say anything
Right.
to anybody.
That is just not a go. Okay, so Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I know I watched it as a young teenager and a young adult. You guys watched it? Still watched it?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So they have a new trailer out, and it's called Bel-Air. And the guy did an amazing job of, like, bringing back that whole concept of what Fresh meant. So in there, the kid gets a gun charge because he playing basketball, hit a kid in the playground. The guy came at him. The police got him, opened up his bag. He had a gun, so he got a gun charge. His mom sent them. And so the trailer makes it really intense, and it goes through this whole thing. Like, I would go watch the movie.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know if it's an actual. I think he just
he's
created a trailer, but
Right,
didn't
trying to
care.
get, he wants
Yeah.
to get the backing from Will and from the cast, because he even wants to bring some of them in as, like, a part of it or whatever. I think this is going to work.
I like
Well,
they kind of
he
put
put
a
it out
fresh
there.
spin
Yeah.
on it, and I liked it. I would definitely go watch the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's relevant.
So-
It's still relevant today of people trying to
Very.
get their kids out of bad neighborhoods.
Right, yeah,
And,
yeah.
so Bel Air would be a wonderful neighborhood,
Okay,
right?
what about this
So-
beauty brand for...
Bellamy's hair. So I scanned the internet and they are trashing Jordan Woods because
You know who
she
Jordan Wood is?
Show me who Jordan was.
She is the girl who...
was in the Tristan Thompson and
Yeah.
Khloe Kardashian, Kylie Jenner thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kylie and Jordan are best friends, but
Okay.
Tristan kissed Jordan. Anyway,
First
so,
off, why are you messing with anybody that's ever touched the Kardashians? And then-
I say the same thing, but at this point,
Well, the whole thing is that...
they done been through a lot of people.
Yeah, because, yeah.
But so
And
what?
Tristan Thompson needs to set it down.
Well, Jordan Woods, she's got a bob in this
see it.
picture, and they were saying that her natural hair is jacked up, and it was all kind of stuff they was talking about her hair. And my issue was, first, her hair wasn't natural. It was straight as bone, straight as it can be.
Well, first off, do we know, does she have Indian in her family?
She
Right,
might
so
have
you
Indian.
sitting up here clowning this girl, and she could possibly...
No, but I'm just, yeah, but I don't think it's natural. And then the other one says, stop telling black women what you think about our hair. My thing is, stop telling us what you think about our hair. We don't care. And so they were saying, one of the things they were trying to say is that she couldn't afford her weaves since Kylie done put her out. She can't afford the hair she had in her head.
Oh, God.
And they was clowning her about her hair. And I think, I'm sensitive to hair issues. So I was like, don't tell us about our hair. Find something else to pick
Yeah,
up.
but and I'll make this one comment so we can move on. But I feel like, what I do with my hair, if I choose to add extensions, if I choose to keep it natural, if I choose to straighten it or whatever, I get tired of people shaming people. You got to find a reason to shame somebody. Just mind your own business. That's what I want to do with my hair. Let me do it. You shouldn't have a comment on whether or not. Just like if I want to wear braids for the rest of my life, then that's what I want to do. Right. So you talk.
Do
But
it.
I don't like how people, who have jumped on the bandwagon of black women not wearing their natural hair is fake and all this other kind of stuff. Well, you know what? If that's what I want to do, let me do that. Well, if I'm being me and I'm expressing myself through my hair or whatever, it's like you put on lashes or you put makeup on or just whatever you choose to do, that's you. Do you. Like, I get so tired of people shaming people. Find a reason to shame somebody. Stop.
Well, you know what? That is very good you brought that up. Because I get more shame from people wanting me to wear my hair straight or to put weave or wear wigs.
Right.
And let me finish. And it's so disgusting because the hair I have is what God gave me. So when we see people, and I get it more, and more natural people get it more from the people who won't wear natural. They look, and I'm going to tell you, my aunt said she didn't even want to sit by me because my hair natural.
I know.
And
just earlier in the show, you grabbed my braids and had a comment about it. So then if you know how that feels, why then do it?
Because you did it to me.
Oh, okay.
You did, and years ago, you was like, you in that hair. I don't know what you. I think you need to straighten
No,
it.
man,
Yes, you did, and
I
I said,
Keisha told you to straighten your hair.
Did.
No, I've never done that.
Yeah,
I've never told.
did.
No, I
I
didn't.
remember
I
what
came
you
in-
did.
I came
But
in this
anywho, moving from that, more
Trump.
women with natural hair get more flack, not just from people of color, but other people. Because even my niece at the time, she's biracial. It was like, Auntie, I don't like it. And it's like, but baby, this is the hair. You've never been exposed to it. That's why you don't like it. And now that I've been natural, she loves it. She loves
Talk
it.
about Teresa Kashinadamoto. Am I saying that right?
I was just gonna say that same woman.
Yes, about
You show me
natural
that
hair.
she's a beautiful young lady. Who gives a crap?
Yeah.
And I hope she
Are you
doesn't.
talking about Jordan Wood?
Jordan Wood.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope she doesn't care. And that's the thing today is like
But
we
you
allow.
know, you're 21.
I know.
Well,
Come on
and-
now.
So
21-year-old women are so insecure.
you're gonna have to
Yeah.
have some thick skin.
And for people
And I'm
coming
just
after
saying
her.
that
And
I don't care
especially
what
if
color
you're
you are.
attractive like that.
And that's the other thing. She's very attractive.
Alicia, mind your business.
What
Is
Felicia
that
say?
is that hair real on your head? That's all I want to know.
I do too.
What Felicia say? She talking about you, Jeff.
She said, "What in the world? You know, it's because I'm white."
Oh, you white. Okay.
Hey, that's
I mean,
all right. We wanted an Oreo tonight.
Would you let it
That's
go,
right.
or would you? How would you do if your hair started like losing it?
Well, see, why you got to come after me now? So now I'm gonna have to side with Country Keisha because you coming at me.
Okay.
About my hair. Now listen. So my
Jeff,
mother's side of the family, they did it. All them cats lose it and they go bald. My
Okay.
father's side, it stays thick, but it goes gray.
Okay.
So right now, if I'm looking at mine, I'm kind of like in between.
Okay.
So if it starts going, I'm not going to be like LeBron and just keep moving the fade back.
I'll draw a line
Whatever,
in.
right.
I'll draw
No, we
you a
ain't-
pencil in
I've
here.
seen some
Let it
stuff
go.
that barbers are doing these days to help cats.
Oh,
when
and
they
it's
just- when they
awful.
pick-
Yeah, baby.
I think it's awful.
No, I'm not. I know a guy who does, and I love this dude, and he's making a lot of money doing it, helping people, white dudes that are losing their hair like that, and this hair piece that just does amazing things, okay, that they can put on their head and it looks natural. So, you know, but do what you want to do. But for me, I'm probably just gonna let it rip because
Right.
too many people around here know me. They're gonna be like, Jeff,
Right,
come on,
right.
bro, that ain't your hair.
That
I
ain't
know.
your hair, bro.
So,
But I mean, I'm with Jamal.
Keep it
Jamal
real.
says, "Hold on, when did it become offensive to have an opinion on things?"
Oh, are you really with him? Because I have opinion on a lot of stuff, but apparently my opinions be offensive. And I have
Well,
my own opinion.
I
So
think-
are you really with him? Are you with
Okay,
him?
now, and here's what I'm saying about opinions, and this is my comment or my concern. When you feel as though you have to say something against someone to make your point clear, I'm always going to have a problem with that. You can give your point without insulting someone else's point. That's my whole thing. So your opinion is yours, but when you deliberately attack someone else's opinion and as an insult to make what you're saying more, I have a problem with that. I'm never gonna not have a problem with that, and that's how I feel about it.
And you should stay that way.
the way I'm reading that is that it wasn't so much just an opinion; it was to offend. You know,
What Jordan? What?
when they're talking about her hair,
Yeah, it was a
it was
meme.
it was to
It was a
it
meme.
was to get in on her, you know. So it's different.
That's what I'm saying,
But
right?
And
I
that's
agree with,
why I
I agree
asked-
with Jamal though. People do get too fired up about someone having an opinion, and the reality is, a lot of people that have an opinion about me, I don't give. Well, I take it back. I used to care way too
Oh,
much
I don't care.
about what people thought.
I don't
about me.
care.
Yeah.
But as I've
that-
gotten older,
But
I
I was
don't.
saying,
But that's the
21
point
21 years old, that's a
Oh, yeah,
different
we was
story.
all caring.
That's
about
the
what they
point I
said.
made. Stop telling black women what they should do with their hair. That was the thing I wanted to add to that. I mean, don't tell us what we should do with our hair, what's natural, what's not natural, what about her weave, not weave. Leave our hair alone. Find you something else to talk about.
Yeah, no, I agree. Just a quick, brief story, and then we can move on. But we do in my nonprofit Impact Emerald Coast. We do something every year, and we're getting ready to do it next month in April, where we pick 20 children from a local elementary school. This year, we're doing Kenwood and Mary Esther Elementary. We take 20 kids. They have a great need. Okay, like they're not from a great. I mean, they have needs. Yeah. Okay, wearing the same clothes to school every day, haven't had their hair taken care of, and God knows how long.
Okay.
So we got 20 kids, and we got 20 kids from Choctaw last year.
Okay.
Who came and they mentored 20 young children from Kenwood.
Okay.
And we took them out, got them clothes from Nike, shoes, the whole deal. And one of the other things we did for them was we took them to a salon and a barbershop, right?
Okay.
So anyhow, I'm sitting there, and this I learned a lot from this. I'm sitting there, and all these kids are getting their hair done. We got white boys, black boys, white girls, black girls.
Okay.
And it was when the black girls got up there to get their hair done, it was like I noticed there was a big. First off, the girl that was there, who I love to death, that took care of us, she had a hard time with the hair. It takes longer. It takes longer to treat and to take care of it.
Yes.
B, it's already, I could see something as soon as those little girls got up there, that there was you could just see something in them that was like they were almost ashamed.
About their hair.
The young lady should never have to feel shame over what God gave her, like you said. So I learned something that day when I witnessed that, and my heart broke. But now this year I did. When we do it again, we're going to make sure we have somebody. I'm trying to get my girl Bledsoe.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to you yet. If you're watching, Miss Bledsoe, I'm going to need you to help these young ladies out.
I got somebody who will do it too.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
But I felt so bad for
Frankie Riley. Do you know Frankie Riley?
I think so.
Yeah, she's there.
And Keisha did my niece hair, and she was so she just
I didn't even
talked.
know it was her niece at
and
that point,
she was
and it was
like,
kind of cute.
"Ooh,
But it's
she
a
did
shame.
my hair."
These-
Yeah.
These kids got enough going on. They got enough to be shameful.
Right.
They have to feel shameful about, which they shouldn't. But something like
but
that.
we think
is
about the
even,
stereotypes that have happened over the years, and that stuff is ingrained. You know what I'm saying?
We're talking
when they
about
were sitting
European
on a Sunday
styles.
pressing your hair and doing
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff because it was not something that was deemed beautiful. So I'm not knocking against the movement, okay? But I'm knocking against the moment. The moment when somebody comes forth and say, you shouldn't have braids. No, the movement is, let me do what I want to do with my hair and let me feel good about it and natural about whatever it is.
Do you?
You know, do me. All
So
right.
we're gonna go on to Teresa Kajindamato, the senior chief in the Detsa district of Central Malawi. So we've been empowering black women. We've been talking about black women. We just started talking about hair. This woman she wields power over close to 900,000 people. That's almost 1 million people. And she's not afraid to use her authority. Don't you like people who are not afraid to use their authority? I do. And then with that, she's decided that she's going to help women and girls in her district.
Unless it's Donald Trump. Wait.
He got you there. You let it go. He got you on that one.
He ain't got no authority.
Yeah,
or no power.
What just
And
happened?
so in the past
Anyway.
3 years, she has annulled more than 850 child marriages. And she sent hundreds of young women back to school to continue their education and made strides to abolish cleansing rituals. We talked about that, where they go in and circumcise the girls so they can't have sexual pleasure. Into these sexual initiation camps, with more than half of Malawi's girls married before the age of 18, according to a 2012 United Nations survey, and a consistently low ranking on the human development. Oh my God, it's too much.
Okay, so
Kaja D'Amato's no-nonsense attitude and effective measures have made her a vital ally in the fight for women's and children's rights. Thank you for doing what you're doing. We want to say that on City Keisha and Country Keisha. Thank you for doing what you're doing.
According to the U.S. Today, 19 African-American UPS employees in Ohio have come together to sue their employer, who claims that the company enabled, tolerated, and purposely promoted and encouraged a culture of racism. How many of us have worked in environments where that joke, that whoever, the promotion, the comments, all that kind of stuff, and had to just take it?
I don't take it. And the
up,
sad part is, when they see I don't take it,
look out.
Ain't no more damn jokes.
Look out.
I ain't the one.
And I remember reading an article about that, how they were
I done
saying
sat
that.
on a bunch of them tonight.
Okay.
I ain't letting them rip.
Let them rip, Jeff. I'm here for to take it.
Okay, so speaking of that, the SNL skit with Idris Elba, and it's called The Impossible Hulk. And so basically he comes to a situation, and he's a black dude, and something happens. As soon as he gets offended, he does this whole thing in Incredible Hulk into a white woman, and that's very accusatory. If you have not seen that, go on YouTube and watch it. It is
I'm gonna have to
hilarious.
watch it.
So the first one was he was at a store and they tried to charge him too much, and so the security guard came, and so as soon as he turns into her, she goes, "Let me go." He's like, "Nobody's even touching you. What are you talking about?" And then the next one, he comes and tries to knock on the door of some black people and tell them to turn the music down. Then he turns to the white woman and does all this stuff, and then the third one, he gets stopped by the police. It is hilarious, but it just goes to what we've been saying for the past maybe 4 or 5 months about how, it's the lady who had just the stuff they calling people because they're selling water, calling people because he mowing grass, calling people because they
barbecuing,
sleeping.
in the pool, cutting their own grass, walking in their own building, renting their own place. I mean, we don't get it, but guess what? White women, we got y'all tears. And we're not talking about all white women, Jeff. Don't look over here. We ain't talking about all white women. We talking about these right here. They start crying that they offended, that they see a black person with stuff.
I would tell you, my wife would be the very first one to call them out for being ignorant and stupid.
Because really, because there's some things that even as a black female, where I see other black women doing some crazy stuff, we'll do the same thing. We'll call them out and be like, "Come on, sisters," blah, 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 blah. So I think it's just a human being thing where characteristically stuff happens.
Let me just tell you what you do, okay? And this isn't just for white women, it's for any women. Okay. When you start acting up, wild out, getting out of control. Men.
Did you say acting up?
You just got to roll up to them and say, calm down, baby girl. Calm down. And
let me tell you something, magical white man.
That
does not work.
Do you still have your teeth?
Have you ever dated a sister?
It is Jeff Mack approved.
Yeah, you still got your teeth.
Have I dated a
Yes,
sister?
tell the truth, Jeff Mack.
Yes, I have. I did back in high school.
In high school, okay, that was short-lived.
It was me, but we broke up. But it's all right. It's all right. It was me. We broke up. We still friends. It's all right.
All right. So,
Keisha was trying to call me all the time back then. I was like, I
can't be
cutting up.
You too. You should have told she too white.
She too white. Okay, so the experience was different, wasn't it? Tell the truth.
What do you mean the experience was different?
Jeff, stop it. Now, you said you was going to come on this show. Let me see. Is this thing on? You said you was going to come on the show and be real now. Was the experience different?
Can I?
It's a yes, no. You ain't got to go in detail.
I will go in detail because this is okay. When I was doing this was back in 19.
When you was doing what, Jeff?
I was in high school.
Like that, Jeff. When you was doing what?
Can a man talk? Can a man talk and get a start out?
I'm waiting on her to shut up too, Jeff. So you can say it.
Listen, I'm ashamed at how I handled it. Honestly. Okay. And because at first, I'm a white boy from Birmingham, Alabama. Okay. I was made fun of by every white kid that I went to school with because I lived in predominantly African American communities. Okay. I was the token white kid. Okay. I never had a single ounce of, in my mind, that you were no different from me. Okay. My best friends were black. Okay. And today, most of my best friends are still black. Okay. And it's who I am and it's my story, whatever. Right. I'll be glad to share that.
It's your environment.
So I'm in high school and I'm dating this girl, and this is after I moved to Fort Walton Beach. Okay. I moved here in 7th grade, but I was in 10th grade. She was a senior. I'm not gonna say names because there's some of y'all that still get mad.
The age gap. Come on with that age gap,
so
Jeff.
The age gap. Yeah, that's right. I dated
an older one.
What? She's a cougar.
Anyway, she was a cougar. But anyway, so yeah.
No cougar.
I'm going to be honest with you, though. It's funny how culture impacts us because at that time it was still not okay. And so I worried more for a minute about what people would think if they found out. So we were under the radar. Dang. And it broke my heart because she was an amazing human being. Although, and I'm still friends with her today, and but the way I handled it then was terrible. And I'm grateful today because I see kids that are handling it differently. My stepson, Caleb, I
love Caleb. Yeah, and I know you baby. I think Caleb like black women.
Well, he dates. I'm telling
you,
he dates a young lady of color right now.
Oh, okay.
And let me tell you something. We love her to death.
Yeah, awesome.
And so it doesn't matter. White people watching if you are watching.
Well, Jeff, since Jeff came out with his story, I'm going to come out with mine. Oh, Lord. When I was 16, I worked at the Hardee's in Florella, Alabama.
Okay, right.
Florella,
Yeah, we know
Alabama.
that.
Florella.
And me and this white guy, we became instantly friends. I mean, we talked every day. He was a Democrat. I was a Democrat.
But was he white?
He was white. He
Democrat.
was.
Okay.
How-
He was
you
white.
in high
White.
school?
Yeah, and
Okay,
he went
come
to
on.
Paxton, and I went
Okay.
to Florella. But
Uh-huh.
he would come to my house to like visit me, and y'all, the black
going to
community.
mama.
Look, my aunt used to be outside. It's a white boy out there, and it was so crazy that while we were in high school, we never pursued anything together. But when I went away to college, he called me drunk one night saying that he always loved me and all this stuff. But I was like, it was too late.
Yeah.
Really me.
Now,
It
now
was
listen,
too
I will
late.
tell you this, and I never dated
It was
him.
Jeff.
But when I was in high
His name
school,
was John.
I came back from my 10th year reunion, and a guy who was a white guy had said that he was like, you know, I had the big, because I used to wonder why he would hate on me so bad. He's like, and I thought it was because, you know, black white thing. He's like, no, I had the biggest crush on you.
Let me
Crazy.
just
And
tell
we
you.
had the opposite. Me and him was like this. We would, you could
Yeah.
not separate. We
Mm.
talked every morning, every night. We did
And
everything
thanks,
together. He
Cam,
was like
'cause you
my
know
only
Caleb, my
friend.
baby.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah, my wife was just saying that she loves her too, and we do
Yes.
love her very much. So okay, what year did you? Where did you go to high school?
I was in Chicago.
Oh, in Chicago.
Yeah,
Not,
I grew up.
not
I
here.
was born and raised in Chicago. I didn't move here
Yeah.
until I was
you
28.
can tell she went city because she country as
Country.
Well,
hell.
when she say city, like people, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama.
Come
I
on.
should-
That's
Chicago
a city.
You don't
I
think
don't-
Chicago City?
I said
We
Chicago
think
City.
Chicago
I said
is
I'm
city.
from Birmingham.
We just saying you
I think
country as
I'm
hell
city.
now.
I'm city because I'm from Birmingham, even though
Okay.
I sound
And
like,
I'm
Yeah, so
I'm
I
the
grew up in
country.
Chicago, and I went to a school that was
Okay.
mixed. It was black and white with a really large sprinkle of Hispanic kids. And so
Mhm.
me and this one white guy, he was trying to be the president of the class. I was trying to be the president of the class. And he clowned me so bad, and I was so embarrassed by the stuff he was saying. But let me just tell you, 10 years later, that dude, I mean, straight fessed up. He was like, I always get nervous around you, so that's why I crack jokes. That's why I do. And I was just like, what?
it's funny, like the ladies from high school tell me that all the time
Really?
too. Jeff, I was so nervous around you.
Oh,
You was-
Jesus.
I'm just kidding. My wife better not still be watching.
She
She
is.
is.
That's all right.
It's a joke.
It's
It's a
good
joke.
to have
It's a
people
joke.
that want your man. It's
Hello,
a good
because
thing.
he
It
come
means
on
you
every
got a
night
good
to you,
man.
boo. Come on now,
Now,
Miss McDonald.
I'm
Come
42.
on, Kim.
I got gray all in my
I'm older
beard
than
and my
you, Jeff.
head, and
I'm older
I'm.
than Jeff. I'm 25. How I get older than
48
you?
this year.
You gonna be 48?
Yeah.
Oh, you look 39.
That's right,
That's
39,
all I
because
get
I'm
is 39.
25, baby.
Okay.
Okay, health and wellness. We're going
Okay.
to get
Sorry.
on.
Oh, I'm really excited about this. So I
Go,
watched,
Keisha.
Okay, I watched this episode, and they feel that they have found a cure for sickle cell. So our Sora Wanjika, I was so excited for her because her son has sickle cell, but so many kids, and it's, you know, it's predominantly in Africa because they were talking about how it got there, blah, blah. But anyway, what happens is your cells are kind of sicular, so which is why they call it sickle cell. And so what they did was took the AIDS virus.
All right.
And they took, what happened is on the chromosome for the sickle cell, the T and the A are on the wrong side. So they
Okay.
said, well, what happens if we flip it? So they flipped it, injected it back into this AIDS virus where it took over, and then took the person's blood, transfused it in there, gave it back to them.
The sickle
And,
cell person,
and
yeah.
they went back, I think it was like 6 months later, and were looking under their cells under the microscope. Now they had them before it when they took it,
Mm-hmm.
and you could see all the sick, because that's what happens. The cells, because they're circular, they block up on each other like that, and they joints and cause all
Cause a
that
lot of pain.
So it doesn't have the circular, so they can kind of flow down on each other. So anyway, they saw them, they all went back to circular.
That's great. You know, sickle cell hit the black community hard. So this would be amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like that
But
it's
they
a lot of
started saying
things are
that-
cured and they won't do it because
Okay,
it's,
well, that's what they're saying. They're saying using this method, there are a lot of diseases that if they can correct it like that, if it's something
Diabetes.
that's like,
Can you
yeah,
cure
if you have
diabetes?
Down syndrome, if you have other, you know, like just switching a lot of stuff where people could just.
that'll put a lot of people out of business
All right,
if they
we
cure
gonna-
diabetes.
Let's
So,
get to the end. Let's go to the be and not to be and wrap some of this up.
Diabetes.
all right.
All right, so
To be or not, we got a husband here,
Yes.
a wonderful husband. His wife has been interacting
Hey,
with
Kim.
us. So supporting each other's individual goals and accomplishments. Should your partner be your number one fan?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I think. I think
okay,
the
but
same
this
thing.
is the thing that I think
Now,
crosses
some of
over
them will
though.
hate on your success, though.
But they
Yeah.
should be
Not
your
all.
number one fan. They
But-
should hate
but-
in the background. They
Well,
shouldn't
but
let you get the big
my
head.
thing is that sometimes you want them to be as passionate about what you're doing, and that may not be their thing.
No,
But
I
them to
said
support
be
you
your
is one
fan.
thing, right? But I'm just saying sometimes people
Yeah.
get that crossed up, and they, you know,
Do you watch
Yeah, so
This
this
Is
is
Us?
not talking about
No.
that. This is talking. What the hell?
What's wrong with
What
her?
is wrong with you?
Listen.
Make that your homework assignment.
Yes.
This is us. Got to be your homework assignment.
Let me
It's
tell y'all
the
something.
number one TV
Right.
show
Well,
out
I
there.
bring it up because there's a beautiful example of that right now. Like there's the black and the
black
okay.
couple?
There's this black couple. Okay, there's this family that adopted the black.
I did see some of that.
Okay, yes, okay.
It's
So
beautiful.
now he's
Now, don't be
married,
giving
and
up
they're
nothing that somebody ain't seen the episode.
No, this
long
is the
story
basis
short, he
of the
ran
show.
for a public office,
Right.
right? Okay, and I'm not going to tell you whether he won or not.
Okay,
Long story
good.
is, she supported him chasing his dreams, and right
Even though
now
it was not.
they're kind of going back and forth about what she's wanting to do now to chase her
And
dreams.
he's
She
standing
don't
behind
feel
her.
She
Yes.
didn't feel the support at first, remember?
Yes.
Like
yes.
he was going to tell her, you need to take a step back because there's this, and this. And she's like, well, wait a minute.
Yeah, I stepped back for you.
Even though she didn't want to.
Yeah, but she did.
But she did it. So I think that's sacrifice.
Okay.
And they have this beautiful
It's
relationship.
beautiful.
And what
Yeah.
he's saying is on point, Jeff.
All right, so showing love or saying I love you?
Showing.
I think both.
But I think that there's
Why not both?
definitely both, but I think that there's so many people who are deprived from the say I love you.
Well, I'm.
Because you hear that all the time with folks who are saying, well, I'm not the I say I love you person, but I'll show you. Well, like you
Well,
said,
my
what's wrong
thing
with
is you got people who will do either or, not
Right.
both. You got people who will all only say I love you, which is word of mouth, but they're not showing you nothing about love.
Right.
They quick to say, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, and then it's like, but when I'm in need and you're the
Right.
person that love me, then you should be there. Don't just say you love me, actually show you love me.
Are y'all familiar with the 5 love languages?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
it's a-
I'm not. Tell me.
It's a good book. You ought to read it.
Okay, oh, it's a
and
book.
You,
I'm
but
like,
you gotta
tell
let
me
your
them
man. Your
5
man's
up.
got to read it too.
But
for
it's
it to
just
really
how
matter.
you receive love and
Exactly.
how you give love.
And
so,
so-
are you acts of service? Are
Yeah.
you words of
There you
affirmation?
go.
They have all these different
Kindness.
things.
So you got the words of
Oh, they know.
affirmation,
Yeah.
you know, and then you said it with words
But
of
once you
affirmation.
learn that
versus-
person's love language, because like you're saying, if I'm not words of affirmation and you constantly telling me you love me, it's not a main thing. But if I'm
Exactly.
acts of
That's-
service and I come home and the house is completely cleaned up, then I'm feeling the love.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm
if
with
if that's your love language.
Yeah,
Now there's
yeah.
a lot of people that would fall.
Right.
They're not gonna feel that
Right,
at
right,
all.
right, right,
so,
right, right.
and that's where you got all
They
that
got
strife
touch.
that comes in.
Like some people don't
'cause
even like you touching them that much, but there's
Yeah.
some people, you don't love me unless you pat me. Or
Some
touch
people
me.
like
Yeah.
to cuff.
I just
Yeah.
started touching people.
I
I,
like
used
to
to not
cuddle.
even let people touch me, and I just came out with it. I years ago I would not let you touch me. I
what's
hated
wrong?
it.
See, I battled with my wife
Okay.
at first because my wife has like curly hair. You've seen her
Okay,
hair; it's like
uh-huh.
real curly naturally. And I play with hair because when
Okay.
I was a little kid, and my mom, I grew up with a single mom until I moved here
Uh-huh.
to live with my dad when I was in 7th grade. And my mom would always like at night it was just me and her and then my
Mhm.
little brother. We'd be laying on the couch or sitting on the couch. She'd put her head and pillow on my lap,
Uh-huh.
and I would play with my mom's hair until she'd
Aw.
fall asleep.
Okay.
And because of that, I just was addicted, like playing with
Yeah,
hair.
yeah,
Right?
because that
And
meant
so,
love.
and then a lot of exactly. And so
Well, it did.
Kim's got that curly hair, right? And I'm trying to play with it, and I'm running my hands through the hair, and it's like,
and
She's
she's like, God, dog,
you gotta stop that. So anyway, but now
Aw,
there's
Kim.
there's times where she'll actually, straighten it for
Yeah,
me to
because
give
she
me
knows
that.
it. Aww.
So, but anyway, so-
Kim, you do
That's
what you gotta do.
But unless you
Make your face
communicate,
happy.
you don't know these things. You
What?
gotta
Say that.
communicate.
Communicate.
You gotta show love and say I love
Mm-hmm.
you. But saying I love you don't mean nothing if you
You ain't
ain't
showing
love.
it. There
Okay,
you go.
That's true.
There you go.
All right, so what's
That
this
was
next
for
one,
free.
Keisha?
Manscaping versus scruffiness. Because I've been watching a little bit on TV, and some of the guys are starting to look scruffy, and it's not clean and lined up.
Like-
And do you like it to be clean and shaped, or do you want it to look like anything goes?
I'm not really a beard chick.
Where are the ladies
No, I'm just
at?
saying, not-
Where the
Where the
ladies
ladies
at?
at?
on
So
here?
not so
Talk
much,
to us.
Like-
not so much about the beard, but anything like the hair. If the hair is wild, you know what I'm saying. Just not. Do you like the scruffy look, or do you like the clean manscaping, which means they pretty much got every hair in place?
I like clean shaven, dude.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I only pay a percent.
So,
So-
what you like, clean shaven, or you got manscaping now?
We
going
talking
on.
about me? I do. And
You
what's funny,
manscape.
my wife will probably chime in too, is because about
Come on,
a year
Kim.
or so ago, I started going to the barber shop. I'd never done that before. I'd go to Fantastic Sam's, get that $12 cut,
Cuts.
and be
Oh
good
my
to
God,
go, right?
Jeff, no.
And so, but I had this little Asian lady boy. She
Uh-huh.
knew how to take care of me,
Okay,
right? Okay,
alright,
so,
alright.
but anyhow, I never had the barbershop experience. So I go to the barbershop, and I had grown a beard, and I had never had anyone line me up, do any of that.
Kim
Yes.
said Beard Nation, baby. She said Beard Nation.
All right.
Manscaped to look scruffy, she says. So
Oh,
but you gotta-
somebody want to combine the two.
It's gotta
okay.
be
Right,
clean.
Kim was saying that.
It's gotta be
Yeah,
clean, right?
that's
So,
good. I mean,
Anyhow.
Okay.
But she's sounding like she's on board right now. But
Right.
when you're doing it right,
Right.
you can't go like once a month.
Right.
well, and my
Yeah.
brother's a barber, and it's a big thing now for more guys to come in. It's expensive, but it's not expensive for women. And women pay more than the guys.
Yeah.
But for you guys to go in and get that experience, I think it's better. Because I was telling my son Aiden, who's 16, I was like, you need to get some stuff done here.
Oh.
And he said, "What?" I said, "You need to get them eyebrows."
So speaking of Caleb,
Look,
right?
you need
We were
to-
talking about my stepson Caleb. We
Yeah.
were getting on him because he.
About his haircut, I was
Yeah,
doing the same thing.
it's
We was
terrible.
Kim, we was preaching. I said, Caleb, could you just comb your hair? Could you get a haircut? Especially when he had his shoulder all messed up. I was like, I'm gonna give you a pass because your shoulder messed up. I said, did your mommy help you get dressed this morning? And he would just get so mad at me. I'm sorry, Kim. That was before
No.
I knew
But
you.
but I think that for some people, I think for some guys, because I'm watching TV and you see the scruffy look, and I'm like, is that sexy? And my oldest son, he's got the scruffy look. And
All right,
I'm
we're
like,
gonna talk about one more topic, and that's the
Nice.
prenup. Are they
Ah.
showing financial responsibility or hurtful? Should older couples always have one?
I am, because I'm a numbers person, I think everyone should have a prenup, regardless of age, regardless prenups, and regardless of who got money, who don't. I
What
think
if
it's
neither
a,
one of y'all got money?
it don't matter. I think you still need a prenup to say that if we come into money, this is what we're going to do. And it means being financially responsible, because so many marriages end based on finances and not knowing what you're going to do. And so if you go in the door knowing if this is not going to work, we already know what we're leaving out with. Hey, I think that's even better. I'm a numbers person.
Yeah.
And I think all
think
that
that too.
fairy tale stuff
Right, you
is
think-
not
I
working,
don't even
because
think that's gotta be fairy
50%
tale. I
of
just
marriages end in divorces.
But
And I think it's been
I mean,
financially responsible.
when you talk about that part of it, I feel as though a lot of that stuff, just like with this world where Jeff was talking about, just people just not being kind to each other and doing some stuff. I think it's the same thing. Everybody's so disposable. Everything is so, like we haven't gotten to the.
But some people have bad marriages. Come on, let's speak on it. Everybody's marriage ain't good, and some people don't need to be together.
Agreed. But now, like prenups, I have a hard time with that because I don't know. I think if you've got a prenup, I guess it depends on your financial status.
I'm
Okay.
an accountant.
But I think that, when you're married, I think, that's when you say your souls are coming together. You
Right, so all
become
this
two
insurance
become
is kinda
one
like,
and all
yeah.
this, and then but everything but your finances. It's like I have a hard time with
Well,
that.
and-
What's
and-
mine is yours. What's yours is mine. And,
Well, and it goes back to the fact that I say this to people, and it's not romantic. Marriage is a business. It's a legal thing. That's why a lot of gay people want to be able to get married, because it benefits your partner if you're a married couple. Like, they can get the benefits you have, and they're automatically
I know,
seen
but
by
I
the
disagree
government.
with it being a business. Though.
No, but I understand you do, because you love.
well, to an
But
extent,
marriage
it's
is a
little-
business, because it's a legal certification that you got to go through the actual government to show that
There's
you.
a business side to
But
it.
Yes.
no, but I don't think business at all. I think that just what you expect is what you're gonna get.
No, but what I'm saying is you have a way you file your taxes. You are set at a higher tax rate when you're married. So it is something that you have to consider, because you can't go in here with the romanticized romance. We're in love. And I think that's a bad thing. Even 20-year-olds should realize that prenups I know a lot of people think you got to have money to have a prenup. That's not the case. You don't have to have money to have prenup, but you do need to be talking about finances. If you're going to be in love and you're going to make this work, I think that actually having a prenup would make your marriage better. I think so.
I think it's just on a case by case, I guess. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally disagree. All right,
I don't
so
know who the hell
real
CC
quick
is.
with we're gonna just go educational piece. What is your child's educational wealth? And I think I'm gonna talk more about that next week. But when you think about, like you saying, about money that you earn and the fact that you go to a job every day or you improve your skills and talents to get more money, what's with your child's educational wealth? Because the bottom line is that after they graduate high school, what's the plan? So have they educationally deposited into their academics, into their community service, into certain things to make them more viable so that you won't have to come out your pocket when it's time for them to go to school or just whatever it is. So it's just thinking about some of those things. And I think parents, they go to all the football games, they go to all the sports events, do all that kind of stuff. But when it's a parent-teacher conference or their kid is struggling in this, you're ready to put them on punishment and do all these other things instead of putting them in tutoring and doing some of the other stuff that they need to do. So I'm going to talk about that next week. Word.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
All right.
I'm gonna need y'all to stop having my brother name. My brother name is Tristan. So all y'all folks out there doing bad stuff named Tristan, change y'all name. Y'all
What?
can't be representing my brother, but this father actually did not do anything bad. His name is Tristan King. He yelled at administrators at Norton Elementary School in Snellville, Georgia, because on February 28th, this was the third time they lost his daughter. They did not put her on the bus, and she's a kindergartner. 3 times.
Oh yeah, they not putting my
And
child
she a
on
little
the bus,
black girl.
baby.
And
Yeah.
and they got him on a
Baby
6
McDonald, you
minute.
raised? Look, let them not put on the bus.
They-
She is 5 years old.
They
What?
got him on a 6-minute rant with the administrator saying, "What the hell are y'all doing?" And I'm with this father. It's a time to show out, because I'm not with every parent showing out, but this right here is a time to show out.
You know, I can
At the
understand.
third time,
One time, sometimes things happen, you know, but 3
Three?
times, that's
So say it with us.
insane.
ain't nobody got time for that.
All right, and the last one, a violent career criminal allegedly got in the ring of offering to do repairs for elderly people and then raping them, like 80-year-old women.
Yeah, didn't we say sex is better after 60?
Can y'all say this with me though?
Ain't
Ain't nobody
got
got time for
and
that.
it don't even matter what the age
They
is.
said
But
supposed to parent try to rape Allie.
Come on, man. And so they finally caught him. Thank God for that. The last woman he tried to rape, her broke her ribs and everything. 80 years old.
Folks are just sick.
well, that's what happened on
Sick in
Stars.
the head.
On Stars on the Fox show, they covered that in one of their shows. It's fictional, but the grandmother got raped.
Yeah.
He and
All right,
that's
so
all he wanted.
we want to definitely thank Jeff
For
Mix.
showing that he survived.
Hey, so he has survived. We definitely gonna have him back. We love his point of view. It gives us a chance to actually not be fussing with each other and can fuss with him. But
We
we
didn't
do
fuss.
appreciate all
Jeff
of his
kept us on
comments.
track.
He did, and all
We
his
tried.
comments tonight.
We
So we're
tried.
gonna give you an out, Jeff. What give people a little something.
How you
a little
gonna
something.
end
First,
it,
tell them
Jeff?
again about your non-profit real
Sure,
quick.
absolutely. Yeah, a couple years ago, my wife and I started a nonprofit called Impact Emerald Coast. It kind of was birthed out of seeing a need that existed with a former classmate of mine who had a child battling cancer, and we wanted to try to come up with a way that we could help this family and kind of ease that burden of cancer. You can't really make it go away, but what can we do if even for a day try to make them feel better? So we created an event called Hoops for Hope that we do every summer around July. And we raise money for families that have children battling cancer. It's an alumni basketball game between Choctaw, Fort Walton, Crestview, and Niceville. This summer, it's going to be Crestview taking on the Big Green. And we got some revenge coming for you, baby.
Oh, baby.
But and then we got Fort Walton taking on Niceville, because
Okay.
we kept thumping
Mixing it
Fort
up.
Walton every summer.
Okay.
And I just started to feel bad. So
Okay.
the Vikings are going to give you a break.
Give you a
Lawrence
break.
White, anybody you cast
My
out there,
baby played for Fort Walton. What? And
Not
he's
his fault.
out there doing it.
not his fault. Anyway.
It's
Okay,
your
so-
lane.
you have a
So-
date for it?
So yeah, it's going to be in July at Northwest Florida State College.
Okay.
We don't have the date set just yet. But
Okay.
That's one of the things we do. You can go on our website www.impactemeraldcoast.com.
I'm going
Um,
on the website.
Please do. We do some cool
Yes.
stuff like Kids with Confidence, and our goal is to eventually become much stronger in the area of helping teach middle and high school students character and leadership development.
Now, see, he has these conferences and stuff, and I've already said to him that I would come and do a guest spot for him before I really start charging people. He need to get in there. See, I've been saying this for a couple of years, and he don't realize that to be the truth, and he knows
Hey.
that. So now he's made it to my podcast. I'm putting him on notice.
I'm getting the friends and family discount though. But
Go ahead.
From the,
anyway,
I was.
No, go ahead.
check out the website. We're doing some great work,
And we need to put it up on our page. Make sure we type it in there so people can see it.
yeah, so please check it out.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
will.
and I'm in the mortgage business. That's my day job.
Yes.
Okay, that helps support the ability to do the
Hello.
free
We
work.
all
Come
got
on
a day
now.
job. I'm an
So-
accountant.
Yeah.
She's a teacher.
Tag
We
to
all
my,
got a
tag
day
to
job.
my the website and stuff to my
I will.
yeah, for Facebook so we can put it up. So we want to thank Jeff. This is not going to be his last time here. We love him.
He was
hope you feel at home
awesome.
here. We'll bring him some snacks next time.
Some snacks.
He's our magical white man.
I call him mayonnaise, but
Well,
that's good.
Mayonnaise.
He said they call him milk.
Yeah, my boy. Anybody knows Carl Levine, Billy Lucky?
Oh,
and
They
all
call
these
him
guys.
milk. I didn't
They
gave
call
him
me
mayonnaise,
milk.
but I'm gonna go with milk.
Okay. Well, we thank you for coming out
My
from
pleasure.
the
Thanks for having me.
outhouse to
To
the
the penthouse.
Penthouse.
ah,
We out.
Two different point of views with the same name.
People stop. What they name is?
Keisha and Keisha. Keisha, Keisha and Keisha. Oh, Keisha and Keisha.